Oh, Ben is here, Jeremy. He's actually here. Did you bring
Oh
him
yeah,
up?
bring him up. Yeah.
He looks good. There he is.
What's up, Ben? So what
Hey
happened at the
guys,
Catholic school, dude?
what happened at what Catholic school? I taught at 2 Catholic schools.
Yeah. So why did you get fired?
I didn't get fired. I've never gotten fired.
Just be honest, dude. Don't think of a lie. Just be direct. When you look up to the left, it means you're lying. You're trying to create some type of story that's not the truth.
Jeremy, you're
Ben,
not even
why did you
camped
get
up.
fired? No, I'm not going to cam up.
Why
Ben,
not?
why did you get fired from your Catholic school job? And who was the little
Well, you
boy
could
that
argue
called
that I
you a
got fired from
pedophile?
2
And why do
Catholic
you still feel the
school
need?
jobs.
No, go ahead. Answer the question.
I had a job at a school over the course of 2 decades. They didn't renew me. You want to know about that?
I heard you got walked out by security.
Oh, that one. Why did they do that? Because girls. They said girls felt nervous, but they didn't fire me because they would have had to give me a reason, but they didn't have to give me a reason.
Why do the girls feel nervous?
They didn't. I took their. I didn't let them use their laptops in class.
Really? That's all it was?
It was one of these fucking schools where the rich girls, were taking advantage of. Everyone was on social media. Even the technology guy, told me, "Yeah, it's like a total shit show here." I wasn't going to do it, so the girls went and said, "We feel nervous," because I yelled at some prick, and they're like, "Oh, maybe it made us feel nervous." I didn't. Girls are.
All right, who was the prick and why did you yell at him?
I think his name was Paul or something like
Was
that.
he a
Because he was
student?
being an asshole in class, and I taught in a boys' school.
All right,
That
but
was
you're the
very
adult,
Catholic.
right? You shouldn't respond that way, right? As an adult.
I shouldn't what?
You shouldn't respond that way to a child, right? You're an adult. You understand children.
Well, the culture of this other school that I had taught at for, over the course of 20 years was like, yeah, no, if a kid's being a prick, yell at him. So that's what I did. But
So
the
what did you
culture of this
say to him?
other,
So you yelled at some kid that was being a prick. What did you say that made you get fired? I mean, like they walked you off campus with security. What did you say?
no, it wasn't a direct result. I just yelled at him because he was being an asshole. But they
But
said,
what
no,
did
no,
you say?
don't do
What did you
that.
say?
They said, no, I don't exactly remember. I just told him, like, stop being a jerk, shut your mouth, stop interrupting, that kind of stuff.
And they
And they
fired
said,
you for that?
no,
I've had a lot
they
of
said,
teachers that do that. They don't get fired
they
for it.
said, no, 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 you don't. They first called me and they said, no, we have a special protocol with Paul. You go to a psychologist because he's having a hard time, and the psychologist will like help him to calm down, and then he'll come back to the thing. So I said, did I do anything wrong? Am I being reprimanded? They were like, no. But anyway, I was just a substitute, so it wasn't really like they had to fire me.
Oh my
or something.
God, you were a substitute? You
And
weren't
then
even
these,
an actual teacher? Holy shit.
and then these girls went and said like that interaction made us feel uncomfortable because they didn't want, like, their real issue was that I took their laptops away, or I didn't let them use them.
Yeah.
I said we're going old school. And
Ben, can I ask you
boys
another
usually
question?
respect that.
Like,
but
obviously, whatever. Ben, what do you think about Spicoli sexualizing your daughter?
I think that is. I don't want to bring attention to that. I think that's
Why not? It should
stupid
make you
thing.
enraged.
Anyways, if you want to move on, that I would prefer to do that, but I don't. It's stupid, and yeah.
So somebody's saying that they want to have sex with your
I don't want to
underage
fucking
daughter
talk
is
about
stupid.
it. Can we move on?
All right, what do you want to talk about, Ben?
Hey, all right, great.
What do you want to talk about?
What happened to Dalmatian Dog?
What's up, Ben? Yeah, I'm just backstage. What's
Hey.
going on? I don't mind talking to you.
What do you think of this guy, Patience? Fucking F slur, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy that your daughter hooked up with.
She didn't hook up with him.
Yeah, she pretty much did.
Jeremy really hates you, Ben. Jeremy really hates you.
No, I love Ben. I just wish he was a better person.
Jeremy, before he came on, you were saying that you want him to end his own life.
Hang on, guys. I have some texts from Jeremy to read.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
you fucking evil bitch.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, don't
bitch.
leave me up here with him because he's gonna interrupt me,
Yeah,
Dalmatian.
no, do your little humiliation thing, Grace, you fucking whore.
I can just mute him and whatever.
Hey,
but
Grace.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, Grace, why don't you go show your tits to some dude for clout? You fuck.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, Jeremy deleted a lot of his messages. That's okay. I sent them all in Discord.
Yeah, exactly. Because I knew
Let
you
me
would.
find
I
them.
did that for clout, you dumb bitch. I say that shit for clout. Grace, you repost everything I text you. That's why I do it, because it's funny. I know you're going to repost everything. You're a stupid whore.
As image. Okay.
Everything I say.
Hold on. Pulling it up. The messages are recent, yeah. Within the last couple days. Okay.
Evil fucking
So,
whore.
let's start at the beginning.
How does it feel about you publicizing your...
June 8th, 7:10 p.m.
Yeah.
Nice nipples, whore. You really want to be a whore for the rest of your life. You're nowhere near hot enough to be an e-girl. Try being a real human. You're young enough to grow out of being a slut. I responded, ... nipples? Wasn't sure what he was referring to, but I'd like to know if nudes are being sent of me or something. He said, yeah. You have good nipples. Cheers. You really gonna keep seducing idiots for content? I'm still in love with your sense of humor. Tell Ben to be more productive. Also, I'm sorry I look terrible. My tooth is swollen. My face is swollen. I apologize. Tell Ben to be more productive.
Your nipples are swollen.
My nipples are also swollen. He's not terminal. Then he sent a picture of me from Kick, and I was wearing a bra where my nipple was accidentally shown when I raised my arm, and my blazer showed my nipple. So.
You stupid.
Cheers. Are you really committing to the e-girl
Stupid
shit?
whore.
Ben will be dead within 10 years. Where will you be? And yeah,
Whore.
share this text conversation out with your low IQ simps. The difference is, I actually care. Then he continued, fucking whore. If you had real talent, you wouldn't need to be a whore. No wonder you let Darius fuck you. You're a clout-chasing whore. I hope it was worth it. Satanic piece of shit. This is all like within a couple minutes.
Whore.
You actually chose Darius over me. Tell Ben to prepare for some real pushback. Losers.
Whore.
I just wanted to inform everybody of that. There you go.
Yeah, you're a fucking whore, and everyone would agree.
No, I got something to say to Rini.
Everyone would agree with what I just said to you. You're a fucking whore,
Rini,
Grace.
I know you're. I see you're chatting.
Hey, Grace, go fuck someone for clout.
I got a question for you.
Grace,
Rini,
go fuck someone for clout, you stupid whore.
Watched.
Hey, Ben, how does it feel to pimp out your daughter to the internet?
Parts of both.
Because you think that you have what it takes to be famous in Hollywood.
Ava and
You didn't have what it takes to be famous in Hollywood, and you have to pimp out your daughter. Okay. And now she's going
hold
around.
on a second. Hold on.
Being a whore to every clout.
Hold on a minute. I will respond to all of your questions.
Yeah, whatever. You're a fucking loser.
I watched part of Ava and Ruby's reaction to my confrontation with Patience, and I watched also Mr. Deadman's coverage. Some of Mr. Deadman's coverage of.
Yeah, who cares about that guy? He's a fucking fat loser.
Patience.
Deadman's a fat loser.
And all
dude.
I was hoping for is for you to validate my smacking Patience down, because I know that you said he's just the kind of guy that you just think is the worst.
Dude, he's a stupid Muslim. Hey, how does it feel that your daughter cozied up to a Muslim for content? Your daughter almost slept with the enemy for content.
She wasn't in chat?
No, I didn't see her. She was on Ava.
Oh.
So
Grace
was never interested in Patience. She just led him on for content.
He was ill-equipped. I felt bad.
That was your take.
Oh,
you're such a fucking whore, Grace.
She's saying you beat up a a loser. That's a compliment from Reed.
Okay.
You're such a fucking whore.
But, okay. So she doesn't feel like, was it delicious? Was it delicious, though, for this guy just to get
Well, Patience is a
pulled
Muslim.
off?
Shame on you guys for
All right,
even
now I'll
cozying
answer your
up to a
questions.
Muslim.
What about what? Grace is a whore. What about it? I'll answer your
Well,
question.
she is a whore. She's trying to, like...
All women are whores.
No, they're not, actually. I have 4
whore.
sisters. I have
Miss
4
Nancy.
sisters. None of them are whores, dude.
Well, they're whores, you know, in the right
Nah,
circumstances.
my 4 sisters are married with kids, and they would never cheat on their husbands.
That's what they say.
No, you have
That's
no
what all
idea,
whores
Ben.
say.
Your sisters are married with kids. What happened to you?
Ooh, good question. What happened to you?
Yeah, nice question. Whatever. At least my daughter's not a fucking whore.
Okay, Rini responded. It wasn't as delicious because he didn't go as hard as he did on his own stream.
Grace rolling up cigarettes for Ben.
Sure. She's making me some coffee. Is that okay with you, or is that whore behavior?
What kind of coffee, Ben? Insta coffee? What are you doing with coffee?
Brad ground. Look.
Freshly ground.
Freshly ground by her own arm muscles. Is that hot, guys? You want to jerk off?
No. Jeremy,
this is disgusting. You guys are such white trash.
What did you guys do? I mean, don't you guys find it like sexually exciting to say like
no, it's greasy
woman
and disgusting.
who is turning the crank on a coffee grinder for me? It doesn't happen, right, guys? It does not happen.
I know you're trying to be funny and like edgy, but Ben, your kids need
I'm not trying
you.
to be
You
edgy.
understand that, right?
I'm not trying to be edgy. I'm saying that literally. Isn't that
Yeah,
true?
but you have underage kids that need
What do
you.
you guys find that sexually?
Why don't you
edgy?
prioritize your kids? Instead of trying to be famous in Hollywood, why don't you go prioritize your kids? One of them says he's suicidal. The other one is being sexualized by some Jew.
No, we're not doing. Please don't bring attention.
Yeah, because you can't admit to the failure.
I will just leave. Come on, stop, please. Like you
not
not
can
for
at
my
least
sake,
admit to the fact
not
that
for
you
my
fail your
sake.
kids.
You can talk about Spicoli or whatever.
You went on the internet and now your kids are being humiliated for the entire internet.
Jeremy,
you wanted to be famous.
Please.
Ben, you wanted to be famous and now your kids are getting exposed for like, I don't know, dude. Ben, I don't understand your mindset, honestly. Did you really think that your underage kids could deal with the attention that you're like you put your kids on blast like that on the internet?
I don't want to talk about my young children. Can we make that okay?
You do all the time on stream. Grace used Joey's suicidal behavior for content.
Now we're not.
That was fucked up, dude. That was fucked up. Grace thought, "Oh, my little brother is committing suicide. Let's turn this into content."
Fucker. You can't fucking listen.
Okay, I'll kick him.
Evil.
Ben, oh good God, I could have kicked him. I don't know, Jeremy. Dude. He didn't even really want to talk to you. He's just done with you.
Because I won right away.
How did you win?
Nothing to say.
How did you win? I don't know why he came up. Maybe he came up more to talk to me. I guess he didn't come up to really talk to you. He just didn't want to even speak with you.
No, they came up so that Grace could expose my DMs to her from last night. The bitch is evil.
You literally texted her last night, and here you are, like saying,
I
calling
got
her
drunk
evil.
last night. I was drunk, but yeah, no, I texted her. I'm like, after what I heard about Spicoli, and then the follow up, and Ben and Grace sweeping for Spicoli, fuck
Spicoli's
that, dude.
All right, wait, let me not bring him
Ben
up.
and Grace actually promoting Spicoli sexualizing their underage daughter. Yeah, fuck that, Grace. You're evil. Get a fucking life, bitch.
Jeremy, you are probably going to keep texting her, so...
When I'm drunk, yeah, I only text her when I'm drunk, and I want to.
If Ben comes back up, I'll kick Jeremy off if Ben comes back up. But
all right, I'll go away. I don't
go, because Ben might not come back up. Maybe he's done. I mean, Jeremy, I don't know. I'm at a loss. Like, so why do you keep communicating with them if you hate them? It makes no sense.
Because they're evil, and I'm self-righteous.
So what are you doing? You're just trying to call them evil as much as possible?
Yeah, one of them would kill themselves.
Jeremy, please cool it with that stuff, man.
Hey, I'm just being real. Exercising free speech. People that behave that way need to commit suicide.
What did they do so bad to you?
To me, I don't no. To me, it's not a problem. What they're doing to their family is just evil.
I don't know, Jeremy. I mean, this is just your opinion that they've done this bad stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's my opinion. That's fine. I'm not saying I'm being objective. I'm just saying, like, dude, when Grace aired that audio of what Maggie screaming against Courtney because she thought it would make a nice court like evidence in court someday. Like, dude, Grace gaslit Maggie into having a fucking outburst so that she could use it in court against Courtney. Grace is fucking evil. You don't air that shit on the internet. And you certainly don't air your brother's suicidal ideation on the internet. You fucking whore.
Jeremy, you've been like raging for like a few hours about this. At this
Yeah, I'm
point,
drinking right now. I'm drinking beer.
okay, well, I don't know, man. Is this really you feel the need to like do this with Grace? It's like
I don't
obsessive. It's
feel
like,
the need. I'm just having fun, dude.
what is fun about this to you?
Justice.
Like you get online and like call a woman a whore repeatedly and like whatever. It's
Yeah.
just kind of.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's like it almost makes sense why you guys all are kind of. It's like you're sort of like a creepy guy. They're kind of like creepy people in a lot of ways. And
That's fine. I'm all right being creepy, but I don't tolerate some of that shit that they're pulling.
but Jeremy, I mean, like, have you ever heard like you don't have to have anything to do with them. You're just some guy that lives across the country from them. Spicoli's backstage. I mean, I don't want to bring him up because I know you'll leave, but he
Dude,
turned his camera
Dalmatian,
on.
what are you talking about? Ben tried to mobilize Grace against me in real life.
I mean, whatever drama you have with Grace, you have to work it out yourself.
Ben and Grace tried to come out to my property and make me out to be some type of weird schizophrenic. Like, dude, they're evil. They're fucking evil.
So what should they have made you out to be? Some like superhero or some great guy?
No, dude, I'm just a homesteader living a simple life.
Okay, that's how they
I'm not
want you.
trying to
That's how
get
they want
involved in
them
some.
to frame you.
No, like Grace, she did the same thing to me that she did to Darius. She's a stupid fucking whore. She gasses guys up. She gets them all seduced, and then she humiliates them. That's her whole fucking thing, and it makes Ben feel like an alpha because Ben is insecure.
Jeremy, you were like before. You were like, "Oh, let's bring Ben up, and then Ben came up, and you didn't really say anything to him.
Yeah, I did. What the fuck you talking about, dude? I just roasted his ass.
It seemed like he didn't even care about what you were saying. He didn't want to talk to you. You just seemed very. You were like an annoyance to him.
Yeah, because I was right.
Well,
Dude, go rewatch that segment, D-Dog. What are you talking about?
Homesteader. It was a shed and a few fences with an outdoor shower. Outdoor shower? You shower outdoors, dude? Like a pig or like a dog or something?
No,
D-Dog
I
is
had
on fire right
water
now.
in the house, dude. I was on a whatever. Everybody watched that. It was 3 years of perfect content. Give me a break.
She said an outdoor shower, dude. It's shed. You live in a fucking shed, bro. Okay?
Oh, Grace said that? Yeah, when she visited me, I was setting up an outdoor shower. I had an indoor shower at the time, too. It's so
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
stupid
Grace said
that
it. Read this comment. You read the chat,
I
right?
showed her the new setup that I was
When I
making
make a-
because it was summer, and I thought she might think it was interesting that I could set up an outdoor shower. I had an indoor shower set up, too. She's fucking lying. She's an evil whore, dude. She's legit an evil whore. She'll say whatever it takes to be right. She's going to hell, dude.
Jeremy is just a burned simp.
Yeah, right. A burn simp. Give me a break, dude. Everybody knows Ben and Grace are evil. And they're overzealous. I said it from day one. They're overzealous YouTubers. They're gonna snake their way to the top and then they're gonna fall hard. You make enemies like that, you don't succeed. Ben, You need to quit making enemies. Learn how to make friends, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Ben should make a friend out of you, not an enemy, right, Jeremy? Do you agree with that? Jeremy, are you there? Hello?
I'm still here.
All right, well, I don't know, man. You have any thoughts? You want to keep adding? You want to keep calling Grace a whore, or keep saying they're evil people over and over and over again? Or do you have anything
No, I'm
like you?
not trying to be redundant. I think I got my point across pretty well.
Well, it seems to me like you're going to keep obsessing over them.
Obsessing? What are you talking about, dude? I'm not obsessing. I'm just addressing the point at hand.
I think you are being a little bit obsessive. I mean, you don't. These people. Do you agree they live like across the country from you?
All right, but being obsessive means that you need to, like,
But
express
do,
an
but
interest
do, do
over a
you do
long
you
amount of time.
Jeremy?
Grace expressed interest in me, and I reciprocated.
Do you agree that
She
they live
turned out to
across
be
the
a
country?
fucking whore. She turned out to be a fucking whore, and now I need to reciprocate by telling her, "You're not allowed to be like that, Grace. You're not going to get away with that shit." Especially when you start airing out your family's dirty laundry. I could give a fuck about Grace rejecting me. I don't care. I'm into another chick. That bitch is a fat, ugly whore. What she's doing right now is evil. And that's what I'm talking about. Her defending Spicoli, sexualizing her underage daughter is evil. And then her using Joey's suicidal behavior as content is evil. And I can't tolerate that shit. She's fucking evil, dude.
Maybe just a few more times calling her evil, and then. But I think.
No, dude, that's fucking what. That's the definition of evil. And she just thinks that, oh, as long as I'm a winner, I'm so competitive. As long as I'm winning, I can't be evil, right? Sometimes winning makes you a piece of shit, Grace. Learn a fucking lesson. Especially when you're using your siblings as cannon fodder. Oh, I'm so out of content ideas. I need to make my younger brother's suicide content. Oh, my youngest sister is screaming. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and record it and
Okay,
broadcast
Grace
it
is
to the
backstage. Grace is backstage, Jeremy. I'm gonna bring
good.
her
Bring her
up, and
up.
I'll let. But you gotta be nice. Just be nice, Jeremy.
No, I'm not gonna be nice. She's a fucking whore. What's up,
Okay.
whore?
Okay.
Dalmatian,
I was,
I have a request for you, Dalmatian.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sure.
she's not even gonna talk to me. Fucking whore. Hey, Grace.
Well, I just wanted to say that you're doing a great job with Lolcat Rejects. You are a great host, and I miss
That.
having you on my channel, but I don't do late night panels anymore, so that's why I kind of stopped doing that stuff.
Okay. Yeah. It's no problem. I
Well,
don't mind.
I'm glad you found a space. Remember I used to fall asleep listening to you?
Yeah. I remember, Grace. I remember.
That was really sweet.
Do you want to talk to Jeremy or no?
You're a nice guy.
Yeah. When my dad was in jail, you were my bestie.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, Grace. I mean, we've kind of we don't really have a relationship these days. I mean, you don't seem to really want to be involved with me anymore, and that's fine.
What? I
No,
totally do. Like, where do you get that idea from?
you don't even respond to me on Discord. Like,
Well, here's how I would like to be involved with you.
Intimately.
Very intimately. I was wondering if you would like to be my inside man during RuValoCon in South Carolina.
I don't even think I'll go to their thing. Truthfully,
Oh.
I don't.
No, you
I
have
don't know
to
how much I'm gonna stay there.
go.
We have to pay StreamYard bills. Like, we're running out of time, and like OPC paid for this time we have now, but I mean, you guys don't have the money to pay StreamYard bills. We can't even. I don't even know how much
Stream on
longer I'll
Lolcat
stream.
Rejects while you're there. You'll make money.
Yeah, OPC will cover that.
Yeah, I don't know, Grace. We'll see. I don't even know if I'll continue the streaming. But
I need somebody on the inside during the South Carolina trip, even if it's only for a day.
you don't like me anymore, Grace. Like, if you really want to get into our relationship, if you want to go there, I mean,
I
you just
don't
don't.
know
You
where
just
you're
don't.
getting that from.
You just don't care about me, which is fine. It's not like I care that much about you, really.
How are you getting that information?
Wait,
You haven't,
Like,
you
there's
haven't even
somehow
DM'd me or
there's
anything.
there's guys that are like obsessed over you. Jeremy's like obsessed.
Dalmatian. Who has had a better relationship?
Lalo's obsessed. Like, you don't
Who has-
need me to obsess. I have nothing to do with you anymore. I feel bad for these guys. Like, when I look at it now that
Yeah,
we don't talk at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Right.
just
But
yeah.
who has other anyone on like I'm talking about anyone who has had a better relationship with us than you? Who? Of anyone we've met, let's say.
I don't really know how
'Cause-
much of a relationship we've had, guys. At this
Okay.
point,
But
I
isn't
mean,
that maybe like a good sign? Because people say you're obsessed. Even like the state of somewhere said you're obsessed, you're obsessive. We always said like that's not. I don't really find that to be true, right? Everyone tried to turn us against you, all that kind of stuff. We haven't really had any real beef though, because you're a nice guy, unlike a lot of other people who have done like who have acted crazy, like Patience. You've never had this kind of thing that he had with me, like. So I never needed to like smack you down.
yeah. Were you like fighting with him yesterday?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't catch too
Fucking
much of it.
hippie. Oh, fucking hippie wants to step. Fucking hippie wants to step. Hippie gets smacked down. But he was out of his league. He's like Lalo in a ring. You know what I mean? I felt like it was too easy, but it was enjoyable for me. But no, I want to talk about this, okay? Because I think this would be really. I would personally find this really helpful. Now, people say, and they're not wrong in many ways. When Grace is like IRL with someone on her own, I'm kind of running the remote control, right? Not 100%. She sometimes does her own thing, but a lot of times I, kind of like tell her what to do, what to say, and this kind of stuff. Okay. Now, Grace would love to be able to do that with you. It's both people benefit. She likes it. She likes being told what to do. And, I give her a lot of good ideas, but in this case, it would be so great for her to be on the remote control side of things to see that it's actually kind of tough and fun. And because I think a lot of times she feels like, oh, is this wrong or something? Do I have Stockholm syndrome or all that bullshit? And I'm just saying that if you wanted to do it, it'd be really funny to have you as a kind of like guy, like, you know, and they want it too. They invited you after all, right?
Oh, you're telling me about going to the Ruby Ava thing.
Yes, and
Yeah.
another incentive for you to go is that Ava is breaking up with her boyfriend currently.
Oh, really?
So she'll be single. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't hear that.
I don't know if you
that.
like her. You should
No,
take
wait,
her on a date or
wait.
something.
Wait, no, I think you could bang all three of those whores, and I can get you to a place where you bang all three of those whores. And I know you don't even care about it, but it would be nice to put three notches on your belt publicly, and or at least get them to the place where they spread their legs and you go, nah, bitch. I think we can do that as a group.
Guys, you have to understand that first of all, I don't even know Lo. So, I mean, that would be
best looking of the three.
Yeah.
it'd be more Ruby and Ava for me, but
Okay, all right. So all right, let's rate them. Like I would say,
Ruby's I would say Ava's the best looking out of those three for sure. She's
Ava
like
can, in certain lights can look good when you're not noticing that she's like looks like a kind of female Lou Ferrigno. Uh, yeah, she's cute. I had her on a couch with me, and there was some sexual tension. With Ruby, unfortunately, I had zero sexual tension.
she
Uh,
literally sat on your lap, didn't she, Ben? She sat on you, remember?
right, and what did she say? I had erectile dysfunction. You know why? There was nothing going on. She could grind on me all day at a strip club, and I couldn't. And it, you could say it's erectile dysfunction, but the literal fact is like there was zero response.
King TL, wait, can I say something?
But Lola is, she's very hot. she's hot. She's got a great body, beautiful face. Not much in the way of personality, but like that's who cares? You know what I mean?
King TL makes a good point. D-Dog smashing Ava would reverse the Darius scarlet letter that haunts her existence. Yeah. She has to. If
Well,
she's
I mean,
gonna do
you guys have met. That's the thing about you guys is you guys have met me and you've met Ava. I mean, me and Ava have never met, but what do you think? Do you think like
No, I don't think it's. Rini, can we say that you're an adult now? You're not a little girl. Can we say that we kind of love each other a little bit? Can you say that, please, in your chat?
Do you know
You kind of love me,
do you know she has a nickname?
and I love you.
She has a nickname for you. Do you know what it is?
What?
Beans.
Jeremy's still backstage? Grace, can I ask you, how do you get these men so obsessed with you? Like, how is that even? How does a woman get a man like Lalo or Jeremy obsessed with her? How is that even possible?
You know, my
Dude.
dad was saying yesterday, he was like, you know, it is kind of like a plus for you that you beans and grapes. That you meet up with like these guys and they fall in love with you. And then he paused and then he said, but actually none of them are heterosexual, so it's not really a flex either. And I have to agree.
No, I would say
I'm not
G-Dog.
sure.
Well, I get what he's saying there.
D-Dog is hetero, yeah. I would say
Oh, I
Adam, I
appreciate it,
think, is
Grace.
hetero.
Yeah,
Lalo
maybe.
is
Doesn't
not.
seem that way.
Lalo. Oh, by the way, did you know I'm moving in with Adam?
I didn't know that. That's awesome for you.
He's headed over to Rhode Island, and his dad is fully on board. His dad's actually going to come over to Rhode Island with him for a day, get him settled, and then his dad said he would either fly to Europe or go back to LA.
I'm 99% sure that Adam can't get an erection.
Well, his dad said that's
Guys,
basically true.
remember when we were
even said it.
Yeah.
remember? Do you guys remember when we were questioning if the parents even existed? Like, do you guys remember?
Yes.
It felt like
Yeah, I
just
do
a
remember
second
that.
ago. We were like, oh, that could be anybody. That could be his friend or whatever. But I guess it all was true, huh?
What do you think that, okay, so I want to like workshop this with you. What do you think the angle is for when Adam comes here? Because my thought is I'm doing wife maxing. Like I'm taking him to the store and we're shopping for like what flavor of hummus we like, and, like chicken, and then we go back and cook and we learn how to bake together and stuff. And we go for like walks, and he doesn't want to do any of it.
Try to keep him from getting drunk. Try to help his mental health out. Try to help him grow as a man.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of him. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But how does Ben feel about all this? Does he give his blessing as a
I'm
father?
gonna fix him. I'm gonna fix him. Walks, yeah, with a leash.
I think Ben and Adam, I think they could get over their problems, and Adam could be a good. What do you call the wife of your daughter's? What do you call this? Is there a
Son-in-law.
word for it? Son-in-law? Yeah, I think.
The
What do you think
wife
about
of your
Adam's as a
daughter's-
son-in-law? Sorry, Ben. Yeah, you gotta educate me. I don't know about all this family stuff. I don't have a daughter.
Son-in-law because he's incapable of having sex. So, and yet he's rich. So, I don't have to worry about pregnancy, but he definitely because they're going to be neighbors with Jacinda, and he's like into war, and Jacinda's into war, so that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because he's a noble-hearted guy, as are you, but he's a little more of like the military side of things and like honor and respect and that type of shit. So I feel like he would definitely defend Grace, which is why, like, there's been an empty apartment since January of last year, right?
Yeah, that's brutal,
That's
man.
crazy.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
You know, also a good thing for Adam, he really enjoyed playing video games with my brother last weekend, and I think I'll have him meet all of my brothers.
yeah, he's a lot like D-Dog. They played
literally chess together. I asked Joey if he remembered playing chess with you. He was like, yeah. So
Yeah. Well, that's
I
great.
think Adam will enjoy being around. He said he used to hang out with his cousins. My brothers aren't exactly like his cousins because they don't speak Arabic or whatever. But
Were you doing that to try to make me jealous, Grace, or something?
trying to no.
like it's just kind of strange. It's kind of weird that you were like playing chess with him, and then but me and him play chess too. I guess
No,
it's
listen.
fine.
Don't do that. If you want to see what like loser jealousy looks like, bring Jeremy up. Uh,
Do you think I'm being
but
loser jealous? I
no,
don't
no, you
care.
can't go there. Yeah, exactly. Right.
I
Like,
give you
look,
my blessing. I just think it's kind of strange, truthfully.
but
Like,
but
is she
listen,
trying to make me jealous? Because Grace,
but
like, I don't.
no. She genuinely like she wants it to be good content here.
Okay,
And
sure,
how is
sure.
it? How can someone who is incapable of having sex make another man jealous? You know what I mean? He might as well be literally castrated. It's just not possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you
Okay,
say like, okay, I'm hostile towards him, like think of him as like what do you call those people? A eunuch.
Eunuch.
You know what I mean? So he could be like, he might as well be Grace's brother. It wouldn't matter. Do you know what I'm saying? Because his dad. How do I know he's incapable? His own father said like he's incapable, which is why his dad said allowed him to talk like gross to Grace because he's just compensating for the fact that he'll even kind of let you know because he's like, so you could suck my dick, right? And he never says like I want to have sex with you because he can't. So, um, it's like a paralyzed person or something. You can't possibly think that Grace or anyone is like trying to make any, like, you know what I mean? This has nothing to do with it. So,
okay, sure. Oh, yeah, I believe you, Ben. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it has nothing to do with.
now
It's just
what do you
it's just
think
a
about this?
coincidence or something. Like, though. I mean, what I don't. I'm curious about what you even mean by he's incapable. I mean, I don't. Truthfully, I don't care about if Adam can fucking have sex or not. Whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just very strange to me that that happened. And I
Well, I mean, he has he has a serious physiological like problem. Like his pancreas is shot, and that's not like temporary. That's like permanent. He did permanent damage to his pancreas, which is linked to that whole system.
Oh, he can work out with my brothers too. He wants to work out. They're into that stuff.
Yeah.
Grace, do you think I care? Do you think I mind that you're with somebody else?
No.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
I
thank
I
God.
I think I think that if Grace was married to a man who can have sex and she was having kids, I think your relationship would be different than it is in a negative way. I think that's true.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say to you. Like you're like you don't have to worry about that.
It's just strange. Like, dude, what is the like? Can you explain it to me in some way? Because, like, Grace, we haven't talked forever, right? So for me to just see that, I mean, I don't really watch your guys' content. I tune in here and there.
Yeah, I believe you. Most people lie when they say that, but like I believe you. Yeah.
No, I genuinely don't
Yeah.
watch a lot of it. But
Maybe in some ways, like your interactions with us, like you've been also the most mature. You know, can you imagine if Ruby just took a break for a month from like talking about Grace and me, or even a day?
well, they're all
That'd
obsessed with
be
you guys.
healthy.
It's
Exactly
they're
right.
obsessed in a way that I'm not, or I could just
Right. I
go,
agree.
I go
I
forever
agree.
without talking to you guys. But I
Yeah,
just don't know.
but it's nice to
I
talk
don't. I
with
don't
us, right?
understand.
So that's healthy.
I
It's all
asked
healthy
this
here.
earlier. No, I don't mind talking with you guys, but I asked it
Yeah.
earlier about how you're able to get all these guys obsessed with you. It's like everybody's obsessed with you. Jeremy, Lalo, Ruby. That's
Yeah.
like
Bring
the
them up.
top
Bring them
three
up if you
obsession.
want to prove it. You can prove. You can see what it's like. Bring them up if you want.
Oh well, they all. I mean, Jeremy
Oh
left
yeah.
backstage. That's all we
Well,
had. Yeah,
he's
Spicoli's
wanking
backstage, but
it or trying to wank it.
yeah, I just don't understand how you
I
guys
just
are
want to say
able to
with
do this.
Spicoli, like the whole thing with Spicoli, anyone else is welcome to do anything they want with it. We're just going to steer clear of it because
Sure, yeah, sure.
it's
It's
just
all good.
there's nothing to be gained from going there. I think
I don't know if
Spicoli
I.
ended up doing something to get attention. He didn't really know what he was doing. But just one clarification is that Maggie is 16, and so according to the state of Rhode Island, she's an adult in this area. She's not even underage. So that doesn't mean anything goes. But like all the pedophilia or anything like
Okay,
that.
Jeremy
It's
came
not
back.
perfect.
Jeremy came
It
back.
doesn't mean anything goes, but or that like gross isn't gross, but like I'd rather just leave her out of things.
Jeremy, you have anything to add?
No, I just came up because
Hey,
you wanted me to.
yes, I do. Um, how do you feel about Adam coming and Grace living with him in an apartment?
Well, obviously, you guys are just doing a cash grab. It's obviously a cash grab.
Well, no.
You know, a lot of people have said that. I have never asked Adam's father for any money except for when Adam
Shut up,
stole my
Grace.
battery
You're
pack,
obviously using
and
Adam
even
for
then he
cash.
owed.
You're a
He
whore.
asked
Shut
to
up.
send it
Let
to
me talk
me.
to Ben again. Grace,
Sure.
shut up.
Well,
You
I mean,
fucking
if you want to
whore.
say it's a cash grab in the sense that we think we can make some great
It's
content, and that
absolutely a cash grab, you
okay,
fucking idiots.
okay, so yeah, in that sense, yeah, we think we can make money from the content. Yes,
It's not the
but
content.
it's
You're
not a
making money
cash.
from Adam's dad. You guys are
How
fucked.
how are we going to make money from Adam's dad?
Now we're gonna see. It's gonna be fun content.
Well, do you think we made money from Adam's dad when we were in L.A.?
That was the entire content, yeah. How much
Do
did you
you
drain from Adam's dad while you
go
were in LA, Grace? You fucking whore.
ahead? You can tell.
I would say he sent me about $500.
Yeah,
He
you're a
spent it
whore.
all.
Yeah,
Welcome to being a whore. Yeah.
He spent it all.
he sent 100 one night. I spent it all on getting Adam drinks. But he knew we were at a bar, and I don't know.
That's not
Adam's card
relevant,
wasn't
Grace. The
working.
fact is that he sent money to you because you would at least entertain his son. You're a
Sure,
fucking
I don't mind
whore.
that.
Yeah, you're a whore. Exactly.
Well, the person who tried to do
That's
a cash
exactly what
grab,
a whore would say. You're a fucking
the
whore. Hey Grace,
the
have you ever considered like moving to Dubai and just being like a straight up fucking whore? You make a
the
lot
only
more
person who
money
did
than
it.
working for
All
Ben.
right, Jeremy, you're letting
No, your
yourself get
daughter's a whore,
you're
Ben. What are
letting
you
yourself
talking
be
about,
self
dude? She would
indulgent.
make so much more money in
All women are
Dubai,
whores,
and you're gonna
including
pimp
little
her out
Miss
on
Fancy
YouTube,
Beanie
dude.
out there.
Send your daughter to Dubai, dude. She has no more, dude. She has no respect, dude. Nobody respects your daughter. Everyone thinks your
Exactly,
daughter
Greenie.
is a
Papa
fucking
Warchief
whore.
thinks it's a good idea.
And now
He
that
is
she's fat,
content brainy,
Grace,
yeah.
you're fat. Grace, you're fat now. You have no place in this community.
You know what's interesting about Warchief is I talk a lot about
You know what's interesting about
parents.
War Chief is he's the only guy
Uh,
left that's gonna give Grace
Dalmatian, you
attention.
have to control Jeremy.
yeah,
You
you
want me to
got.
kick him? You want me to kick him or what?
Well,
Grace, you're
maybe
fat.
just tell him take a little break because you can't control
Okay,
yourself.
I moved
You
him
know what I mean?
backstage, guys. I moved him
Yeah,
backstage.
Give him like a few minutes.
just let him in the private chat say I'm sorry, I'll behave myself, and then he can come back
Can
up. But
you,
he just
Grace? Can you
once
do
he
me a?
gets
Can you
going.
guys? Why do you guys never answer any of my questions anymore?
Well, can I just ask you one thing? Okay,
Okay,
I
go
don't know
ahead.
if you heard this, and I'm not trying to be gossipy, but Darius, who you know somewhat about, said on stream that his mother asked him, his mother, who's my age, asked him about how she could set up an OnlyFans account. What do you think about a mother who would say that to her son? Is that crazy? If your mother said, "Hey, dog,
Would you be
I want to do
interested in
some
that, Ben?
porno,"
Would you be
what would your
interested in the
reaction be
mom's?
as a young man? I just want to know.
How does his mom look? Have you seen how his mom's? How is
She's good looking.
she's
She's
decent
white.
looking. Okay. Do you think she could make some money?
Well,
I
she's
mean,
like 50 years old.
I mean,
people
not
people sub
really.
to Darius's OnlyFans, don't they? People give money to watch Darius
Yeah,
get.
that's why she asked him for
That's
advice.
why.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't have a problem if you say a 50-year-old lady asked Darius, but it's his mother.
His mother.
He was probably just cool with it. I guarantee you. I just
Well,
know him, and he
he mentioned it casually on stream. He was like, my mom asked me.
No, but he wasn't cool with it. He was like, "That's crazy."
he
Well,
really.
he mentioned it casually, but he wasn't on board. Yeah.
No, plus, he was so bothered by. Let's say your mother did ask you like how to do porn, right? Your mother, I'm talking about your mother, asked you how to do porn. Um, and how would it be a flex for you to say like that about your mother? That's like a mama joke that you're making on yourself. You're basically saying my mother is a whore. Okay, so obviously he was bothered by it, because if he wasn't, he wouldn't have mentioned it, right?
True. Yeah.
It's like a cell phone.
Yeah. He doesn't win any. He doesn't get anything from mentioning that.
Yeah, no. Saying your mother wants to become a whore and ask you for advice is not a flex.
But that's kind of Darius's vibe. It's like he's crazy and his family's crazy too.
Well, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. I don't
How
know.
would you feel if your mom asked you about that?
I would be
If your
freaked
parents were
out.
divorced.
That's just like not. That's very inappropriate. I'd be freaked out. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have the same relationship dynamics though. That I don't know. I don't know what their relationship is like, Darius and his mom. So
They're
Well,
very friendly.
No, but like here's the question, right? So like he doesn't really know his dad. They were divorced a long time ago. And obviously he's part black, and she's actually white. She's like Italian. And so all of his brothers, none of whom are from the same father, are like obviously. So she is a
Snow bunny.
snow bunny, right? And she uh, sat on black dicks, like guys who were in the rap game in the '90s.
DMC groupie.
No, DMX.
Oh, DMX.
She was a DMX, like whatever. She worked for DMX, right? Just like Xena works for Fresh and Fit and a few people like that, black guys, and she sits on dicks, to make her way. And she, I don't think, would even take offense if I said that, right?
Oh, I think she would take offense. Yeah.
Well, she literally did it on on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but she's like, I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah.
I know how to make it in the world. You sit on dicks at the right time, and then you get in this world. I'm saying
that's true.
he was dating his mother. Just occurred to me. It's like almost 100% exactly the same. She's very aggressive. Both of them are very aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them are snow bunnies. I mean, Xena's not really white, but like
She's not really black.
she's not really black either. Yeah, she is a nerd, right?
Yeah.
But so she learned how to manipulate black men, which is not very difficult. It's not really a big W for a woman to learn how to get a black guy to have sex with you. I think we can all say that. It's not racially charged, I don't think. And so I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. What if you were dating a girl and you realized that she's got like a ton in common with your mother? Would that freak you out? Interesting question. Like if I was to say, is your mother's name Grace? And you're like, yeah. Uh, is she like really tall? And you're like, yeah. Does she have a really bad relationship with her mother? And you're like, yeah. And it kept lining up. Would you freak out? If you were dating.
Dalmatian.
guys, I don't. You guys talk about things that are just straight up so autistic that it makes me not want to be on the panel with you.
Let's talk about your mother a little bit.
That's why I like to let Jeremy talk to you guys, and I just sit backstage. You guys don't really want to have real conversations anymore. You just want to be like,
Oh, okay.
strange
What was
people.
your question? You said we weren't answering your questions. Wait, we'll give him one. What's your question?
No, I don't care. I don't want to ask you any questions.
Well, you said we were never answering your questions. Okay, you go ahead.
Grace, no, I don't have anything to say to you. You don't. You admit that you do not care about me at all.
That's not true.
Okay, lie. Can
I
you
genuinely really like you. I think you're hilarious.
just explain to me how you get guys like Jeremy to simp for you?
God, Dalmatian, these are
Like why?
low-
How? Grace, explain to me how it's actually humanly possible that Jeremy says that you're like the most beautiful woman in the world, or whatever the hell he rants on about every single night on my panels. You should listen to him on these panels.
He's mentally ill. These are low tier men. It's not flex.
So you can just look like you and be as we all know who you are. At least I do, right? So you can just kind of be, like, are you tricking them in some way? Is there like an element of? They're like, no. Can I just say, Ben?
You
like
it's okay.
Yeah, well, it's just a mixture of. She can't hear me. Can you put it on speaker? I mean, all
She
I
can hear
want
you. No, she can hear
okay,
you.
all I want to know is it's a mixture of like she's tricking them plus they're like low tier men at the same time, and like it kind of all like. But even still being a low tier man, how is it possible that she can get like Lalo would legit got punched in the face and like he flew all the way out for her from Arizona, and Jeremy is giving her all this money. How is this possible? Like genuinely, is it through trickery or is it just because like this is like are the like this is how men are in our world? I mean, hello, are you still here? Or we have to remove the other.
I did call you mentally ill because I do think you have problems. Yeah.
Are you talking?
But you're fucking way worse than I am in terms of mental illness, right?
I mean, I don't know what your mental illness is, but like, I don't know. It's not exactly bipolar, but like, yeah, you're crazy. You send crazy texts. You're like a typical stalker, except I don't take you seriously.
I get blackout drunk and I send you some crazy shit because you're fucking evil. You are evil. You know that, right?
Did you sleep last night?
Yeah, I did.
For how long?
Why is that a question you would ask me?
Are you drinking right now?
Who cares?
You are, right?
Who cares?
What time is it in Seattle? 7:36 a.m., right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think it's fair to say that somebody who starts drinking at 7:36 in the morning is mentally ill?
You're not going to win this conversation, Grace.
Well, you're not really answering my questions.
Yeah, because your questions are stupid.
Yes, I said getting men to be obsessed with me who are low-tier, mentally ill men, it's not a flex.
You're a fat loser, Grace. You're fat and disgusting. As if anyone would be obsessed with you. You're fucking disgusting.
Okay, well, if you weren't mentally ill, Ava would have invited you to the South Carolina trip. They're desperate for a man to join.
Fuck with Ava. She fucked Darius just like you did. You're a fucking whore.
Well, if you were a real man,
right?
if you
like,
were a real man, put my whoredom aside. Put my whordom aside. If you were put my whoredom aside. If you were a real, if you were.
The fact of the matter is, you're a whore.
Okay, wait, hang on. I'll give you a challenge. You give me a challenge. I'll give you a challenge. You give me a challenge. My challenge to you is, if you were a real man, you'd go to SeaTac and try to get on the plane with Ava to go to South Carolina. Now, what's your challenge for me?
Hey, go dumpster diving again. You fucking low IQ slut. Go dumpster diving for food because your dad can't provide for you. You fucking whore.
Okay, are you going to respond to what I said?
No, because it's all bullshit. You're a fucking whore. Why would I respond to anything?
Okay, so you're useless. Goodbye.
You're a
Dalmatian, you can put yourself back on.
Okay, well, I mean,
He called me.
he's just being but okay, that's fine. I'm glad you provided an answer. He's just being a little bit crazy, somewhat. But
So
he's
you're
just-
saying
he's
like,
just
oh,
upset.
dude, how'd you manage to get that guy obsessed with you? I mean,
No, that's not. You think I'm putting it like that?
I'm
No,
not sure what you're asking.
I'm saying, how is it possible that maybe this is just like every like low tier like chick, woman gets like guys like this? Like, do you think so, or do you think it's just like you?
How can someone being obsessed not something that the person who is the object of obsession is doing, right? It's the person who's obsessed who becomes obsessed.
But I'm asking, how is it possible that so many people are obsessed with you guys?
Well, I mean, like Taylor Swift, she's just like a fairly run-of-the-mill human being who, like, pretty good songwriter. There are thousands of guys who are literally obsessed with her.
Yeah,
You
I
could
agree.
ask
Yeah,
her, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Taylor? And she would say, like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, some guys are just whatever. Like, I fit their fantasy or something.
It's
right?
honestly, I imagine it's hard for them to even explain themselves. The more I think about it, because like, I mean, for any fame, yeah, you're right. I mean, Taylor Swift is a good example.
She's not trying to get guys. You know, she had to have a guy. I don't know if he even maybe got shot, but like he got put away for a long time because he was literally like going on her lawn and wouldn't stop. And you know, there's very little you can do there, right? Like, and he'll say like, "Oh, you did this to me, you bitch.
Yeah.
I know that you want me," and it's like,
Teasing.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much I have to add. You guys realize I've been going for 10 hours now, right?
Oh, kudos to you. Yeah, get a cup of coffee, bro.
I've had a few. Yeah, I've had a few.
Nice.
And
So,
so did you guys listen to my whole thing about how I think you guys should be like having long-term goals and like trying to upgrade your stuff and like I mean,
mhm.
Jeremy came on and said you're like basically in debt like $2 million, Ben, is what he said.
I'm in debt $2 million. No, I mean, and this is not a flex. Like, I couldn't borrow $1,000 at this point.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to
So-
believe. It really is hard to believe because who's going to give you $2 million for you to be in that much debt? Even
No, my credit is shot, but that's from. Hey, you want to talk about obsession? My credit is shot because of this whole divorce thing. We had to sell stuff real fast, and in these kind of situations, money gets spent really quick. So I'm like, my status financially in the world went from like pretty high. I mean, I was a multi-property owner. I could have leveraged that stuff, but like now I'm just like a scumbag, and all I got is YouTube. And you could make an argument that it's not worth very much, but I think there's potential.
Well, yeah, I'd love to see you guys really succeed. I mean, you make KCIP, right? So you should be happy about that.
Oh, that's like not really even as much as McDonald's pays. But you asked the question, why aren't you guys making long-term goals? And I have been asking that question to Grace pretty much every day.
Well, why don't you guys? You guys
started.
Will
Grace
you guys
gonna
do?
Is that true?
Yeah.
Do a shopping stream, guys. Do a shopping stream. Grace, why don't you make a wish list? Do you have a wish list, Grace?
Well, I think we haven't been able to have long-term goals because, things have just been chaotic, even interpersonally. My dad didn't really trust me. I didn't trust him. There was like questioning back and forth.
You guys, I mean, you guys have been together for so many years. At what point do you trust each other totally and like start to? I mean, what's the point of having a relationship if it's not really a relationship at all?
I get it, but it's
you
hard
guys,
to
Grace. You need to upgrade your RV. You need to do like cleaning stuff or whatever, and then buy some food. I mean, at least you made coffee this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. All that stuff is what I'm saying is like, and I love it because you're male, you're a dude, and I've been saying that same thing to her off screen pretty much every morning. And then I came to realize, maybe even just like a couple days ago, that well, I mean, she didn't have, even though in many ways she's very talented, very competent, she's smart, but this thing that happened between her and her mother, and the sort of lack of mothering, it just leaves a big wound. And so we're really grateful that Adam's coming over, because that's like sort of going to make itself happen. You know what I mean? And we're not really at a place. She lacks confidence, which is interesting, because you'd say like, well, why would you lack confidence? But it's like she really does. Because think about it, if one of your parents was just like all of a sudden like, I fucking hate you, and I'm going to do everything I can to ruin your life. I mean, that'd be tough to get over even at your age. But what about if you were 16 when it happened?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Courtney has done some damage to you guys. I get it. Okay, it's difficult, but you need to move on and upgrade your life. Like you guys, like
Sure.
You can't think of like things you could have for the RV that would improve it.
We do RV content all the time. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's what I'm saying is you need to do what you need to move on. Okay, that's easier said than done, right? I mean,
yeah.
it's easy to say that, and I think Grace
You
would
guys
say,
need
like,
it. You need to go
sure,
shopping.
yes, but like,
You need to go shopping. You need to buy useful stuff. Do you guys have a toaster? Do you guys have a toaster, Ben?
yes,
You do. Okay, do you toast
Yeah.
stuff? Like in the RV?
can we toast stuff? No, it's not
Yeah.
in the RV. It's in the studio.
Well, what can you have it in the RV or no?
The RV doesn't make enough. I mean, basically, you understand a toaster takes a lot of energy, so it
Yeah,
suck down
yeah.
the battery.
I
So,
don't-
like, no one has a toaster in an RV.
Okay, well, I don't know if I.
An electric toaster. You
That's
would toast on the burners.
Okay,
But whatever.
okay.
That's not a big deal. Of course, she's got a propane stove here, and she can cook. And of course, it would be cheaper and smarter to, make things like eggs and all that kind of stuff instead of eating fast food.
What about new
Okay.
clothes, Ben? What about like new clothes, for example, or like, dude, like I don't know. I think about like when I saw you guys back there one time, and it was like these yellow. It was like a yellow bed, a yellow blanket, or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what we have here.
yeah, Ben. Like I've seen. That's the most nasty thing ever. Like I'm sorry. It's just like.
No, I don't take offense with that. Yeah,
So-
like take more showers, all that kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is, yes, like there's not a real disagreement. It would be better to have all the things that like modern American life affords people of normal means. But we're not able to because of like, I think both of us had just a really hard time. It's tough. Can you imagine like you've got 6 kids and then all of a sudden like someone in a gun comes and tells you like you can't talk to your kids and you actually don't see them for like almost 2 years. And then when you can see them, like the 2 years have made it like so that it's just really awkward between you. I mean, that's tough. I don't know. It's like, it's tough. It takes something out of you. It's like really
maybe
getting kicked hard in the balls.
Okay, I get it. Maybe
Yeah.
when Adam comes and Grace starts to like do cooking with him, like she can make you some great meals and
Yeah.
you can buy some new blankets and maybe some new stuff and
Right. That's
like-
why we're sort of grateful to, the Lord or whatever you want to say, like fate or whatever you want to say, like the universe, for making it easier because this Adam thing just came out of kind of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it makes it easy because it's like sort of for now anyways, when Adam, who is in many ways a fuck knuckle, comes on the stream, like the numbers are quite high because people are really interested in that.
Yeah.
So it's like we're gonna rely on that to and then maybe and Grace is saying she wants to try to like be a kind of, I think, more of like a nurse to him or like a mom to him than a wife, but in the sense that like he's shot. So yeah, she'll learn those things and those can then apply to our lives. And hopefully when she gets into the habit of making healthy food, then even when Adam's gone, RIP, she'll keep that habit going. But like, you know what I mean? Like why? Like I understand you're not trying to be like you guys are assholes or you suck. You're just, I don't think you realize the extent to which this stuff can be, it can kind of like take the wind out of your sails.
Yeah.
let's see. When packing an RV for a trip, prioritize items that maximize comfort, convenience, and self-efficiency. Here's a concise list of useful things to bring in an RV. Bedding, okay? Compact sheets, blankets,
Check.
pillows for each sleeper. No,
Check.
we need new stuff, Grace. Kitchen supplies, pots, pans, utensils, plates, cups, portable coffee maker. Include a cutting board, knife set. Do we have all that?
Said we were autistic. What is this?
I'm saying that, Grace, you are somebody who strikes me as somebody who doesn't upgrade their stuff a lot.
Who is telling you this?
No,
Who told you this?
No,
Grok?
I want this.
Are you cheating on me with Grok right now?
No, he's cheating on. You said
Grace.
you see me as your in some sense like your hero, like your guide, and you have left me for Grok.
Guys, I'm trying to help you. It says food and water, canned goods, pasta, snacks, spices, water filter, purifier. Bring
Mhm.
enough. Bring enough. Do you have enough water? How do you get water?
But we even have like that's for like a car camping trip. We have a lot of that stuff. It's like we have systems that provide that stuff.
Okay,
So
it says RV maintenance and safety, toolkit, screwdrivers, wrenches, hammer, duct tape. Like
all right,
it's
listen. I'm gonna try to pull you away from Grok, okay? Because I think I have something Grok doesn't have, which is called wisdom, which a computer doesn't have, no matter if it was hatched by Elon Musk out of his butthole. Now, what is that? What is the most important thing other than practical things? And I know practical things are very important. What is it that really, as human beings, we need more than anything else?
love.
Exactly. And what we mean by love is not like romantic love and that kind of stuff, but just like having relationships that make you want to live your life, right? And so our relationships in our family all got like thrown in, like a kind of garbage disposal or whatever you want to say, like got in a mixer, and we've had to sort that out, and that's been a long process. So we're getting, I think, much closer to that, and then the practical things will make sense. But it's like, and that's why we're saying. I always tell Grace this, and she's somewhat hesitant, but we would love for you to be part of both the Ruvalo court coverage and the Adam stuff.
Hey, do you guys own a hammock? By the way,
I think so.
you do own a hammock?
I think so.
Oh, what?
A hammock. I have a banana hammock too.
You used to. Guys, so I don't know. What are you saying, Ben? You want me to go see Ruby and Ava and them?
Well, yeah, I think. Look at this latest guy, Patience. Right? I mean, this guy we were super nice to, and look, I believe you're literally. Name one other person who's interacted with us who hasn't turned on us, other than yourself. Name one. Grace, can you name any?
Who's met us and hasn't turned on us?
Formaxer? Not really. He's turned on us.
Yeah, but not a significant.
Not like hugely, but like.
Who's I can't think of anybody. If chat can think of somebody.
Guys, why not do a shopping stream? Will you guys do a shopping stream? Like, can you just make a commitment to me that you'll do a shopping stream? I think you guys should take $100 and just go and buy some stuff. Is that crazy? Like, go on Amazon. Do you use Amazon, Ben?
Yeah, we can use Amazon. Yeah, but I mean, I'm telling you, we literally don't have a lot of times $100 to spare at this point. So now, when Adam and his dad get here, Grace can like raise money and go for a shopping trip, and I see
you
that
guys,
would be
you can't even afford $100, Ben. You can't afford $100.
I mean, we could do it, but like we could literally do that, but a lot of times, we kind of like regret it later in the week because we're living off.
Well, what are you spending so much money on now?
Oh, well, there's not a lot of money coming in.
Yeah.
Like, we're not making any money on this stream, right?
Yeah.
So
I put Grace's cash out up.
Oh, you did? How nice of you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
So, but I mean, I think the root, like, YouTube is about relationships, and we don't have a lot of positive relationships. And people say, "Well, that's because you're assholes." But like, well, whatever it is, we are who we are. And there are times when we make more money and less money, but it's sort of like you could say, "Hey, how come you guys don't have a lot more money? Your life would be better if you had a lot more money." True, but that's easier said than done.
I'm just saying. I mean, does Grace have a wish list? I asked that before.
See, What does that mean? Does she have an Amazon wish list?
Yeah.
I don't know if she currently does. I know she used to have one.
I have one.
She has one.
Okay. Maybe I should go say.
Well, but here's the thing, D-Dog. You would help us out more if you were like a friend and could help us have like a positive relationship on the internet, because that would make Grace want to stream more, because it's hard when everyone turns on you. And you've known us long enough.
Well, you guys just don't do any. I can't watch your stream because it's just no new content ever.
Okay, but let's make some new content. We've got the Adam thing on our side, and on your side, you've got the Ruvalo conference.
True.
So why not?
I don't know about Ruvalo stuff. I don't know.
Okay, you don't know about it. Okay, fine. But like, you could at least say you're going. You could get in your car. Grace could help you navigate down there. She could kind of keep you company on the trip down.
So you want me to like go
You know what I mean?
for what? So it's better content when you guys
could
cover.
send you nudes every 50 miles. She could send you a new lewd every 50 miles.
I'm okay without Grace AI nudes. I'm all good on Grace, dude. I'm all good on Grace.
She could send you. How about this? Just send you like a dirty text every 50 miles to encourage you to keep your foot on the pedal and not turn around and go back to where you are. How about that? That seems fair.
Guys,
let's negotiate, kids. You know,
okay, I'm just asking. I'm asking. When I see you guys like in the back of the RV, I just don't want it to look so gross, Ben. You know, like I hate to be this mean to you. I don't want to be mean to you, but like
I agree with you. My hair is greasy. You know, like literally the RV right now is backed up.
You guys should get rid of that whole yellow like bedding thing. Will you guys get rid of that? Like whatever you have.
Look, I'll even tell you something right now. This RV currently, and it's June, right? So it's hot. The black tank is backed up, which means this place smells like a sewage tank, and we got to go dump it, which is not a big deal. But like here we are with you because we're prioritizing relationships.
Okay, I appreciate it, Ben. I appreciate it.
And that's, I may be wrong, but I think you can see that I'm saying like if you start with relationships, then the practical will take care of itself. But I understand that you're saying when I look at you guys, I have a lot of I have all this stuff together in my life. I wish that for you. I don't take that as an insult, of course, but maybe
my stuff's not totally all together, man.
There could be a mutual. You know, you're here on the internet for 10 hours. You're looking to connect with people. Connect with us. You know what I mean? And then by doing that, you'll make it possible for us to like buy things, which of course we'd love to do.
Oh, you know,
you see what I'm saying? It's a win-win for Zoomers. Now, the reason almost no one will connect with us positively is because people on the internet are, generally speaking, crazy assholes who actually are like incapable of having relationships. But I don't think that's the case with you. You've been really very generous and nice.
Oh, thank you, Ben. Thank you.
If you want to help me do something practical, I do have to empty out my storage unit. I could really use a friend to keep me company while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that sarcastically. Like, my dad's back is shot, but I need to get in there and start organizing and selling stuff. Yeah. And
do you have your brother? What about your brother?
Look up on
what about OPC?
Well, my brothers have football and wrestling and all that stuff.
No. I want to tell the truth about that. You know, so Grace basically raised her siblings, and I think no one finds that controversial, as did I. However, for the last 2 years, pretty much every time Grace has tried to just be friendly with her siblings, her mother has either called the police or created like this psychological kind of punishment for them that makes them not want to do it again, even though they love her very much. So they're kind of off the table. So it's like you are literally closer to her than any of her brothers. So in a sense, she's saying, hey, like none of these guys will really come on the internet except for a minute and then be like, ugh, right? And I understand that how they got there, because their mother told them that like YouTube is scary and ruined my life, which is so loserish. But what I'm saying is, and now that's going to be used, by the way, in court against me. That's like going to be, it's probably being written down right now by a certain loser. But anyways, but I don't fucking care. It's true. And so like the internet people are her only, you know, you're her brothers, you're her, you know what I mean?
That is true. Yeah.
Like,
Jesus
what if
said
guys,
to the, go ahead. Jesus
what if-
said to the disciples,
okay, go ahead.
like when he was dying, they're like, oh, who are we going to be with? And he pointed to his mother Mary, and he's like, this is your new mother. You know what I mean? This is your mother. And because they were all in with him, and you know, you don't necessarily have to have your family, doesn't have to be your blood family if you know shit goes sideways.
Well,
And,
guys, I
create a
asked you,
family online.
Ben. I asked about a long-term goal. What's the long-term goal? Do you have a long-term goal? I mean, we're just kind of rocking and rolling day to day with this Adam thing.
Well, yeah, the long-term goal is obviously to be like really successful on the internet. And you've said, like, I think you guys can do that. You guys have the talent.
Be successful.
Yeah,
But
to be successful.
no, not online. In real life, what's the long-term goal?
Well, to use the online to be successful in real life.
Okay. Yeah, I get. Okay, I guess. Yes, sure. Use the online to be
I mean, we're
successful.
performers.
But
I think you would
I'm
recognize
asking-
that we're performers. Every performer wants to be able to, like, spread their message to a large audience. And, you know,
What's your
make a
long?
living doing
Well,
it.
I'm just curious. What is one of your long-term goals?
Good question.
I don't know, guys. I've been upgrading my stuff recently, and it's very
That's not
nice.
a long-term goal.
It's very nice to get new stuff, Grace.
Yeah, but that's not long-term. That's
It's-
like the
it's-
definition of short-term.
It's very hard to realize when you need new stuff, like new shoes. When was the last time you got new shoes? Just as an example.
A couple days ago, I got some.
You got new shoes.
Yeah, like sandals.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. That's nice. Shoes are expensive.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I have no idea, Grace. Busy, probably. Working, doing something productive.
Would you? Yeah. Well, maybe since we're giving you something that could be meaningful, productive, and relational. Why don't you say, yeah, let's do that. Let's commit to doing that.
You mean the Ruvelo thing?
And
or
we'll
the
commit
storage
to
thing?
spending. Oh, I'm saying the storage thing, him going to Ruvelo, or him being part of the Atom stuff.
It's very hard to realize when I feel like you need to get new stuff. But okay, guys.
I do have to say, like, when it comes back to the chess game, did you watch the chess game?
Between Adam and
Yeah.
Joe.
Joe, yeah.
I mean, is Adam not the worst chess player you've ever seen? It's not like you got mogged. You know what I mean? If we were saying we were trying to get have you get mogged, like that did not occur.
What was the last time you got new shoes, Ben?
I got a pair of shoes recently
At a Goodwill, right?
at a Goodwill. What do I
Okay.
wear for shoes? Oh yeah.
Sneakers.
We're doing
I
Goodwill
actually
shoe
didn't pay-
shopping.
I didn't pay for them, but I did get them. Let's say.
I've like you guys
It's a
get
special
you.
discount.
I'm glad you guys and Ruby connect in that way. You guys both are Goodwill shoppers. I've noticed. Good for you guys.
Yeah, that's
Ruby-
good. It's thrifty. It's good.
You guys are connected in a lot more ways than you realize. I think. I'd
Yes.
love to see. I'd love to see the Thorps and Ruby go to Goodwill together. That would be a ton of knowledge. They know how to shop at Goodwill, guarantee you.
But see, like Ruby can't. She can't make that possible because she's done this thing of saying like, I'm.
Guys, why don't you
victim.
fucking make up with Ruby and go do an arc with her? Is it just
Both of us
impossible?
tried to.
Is it
both of us-
impossible?
Both of us.
She-
Both of us literally were like super nice and tried to.
Can
make
I
up
say?
with
Can I say, Ben? Can I say? She seems to be able to like stand you. She can stand you. Because I see you go and talk to her or whatever, and it seems
Yeah.
like it's not so bad that you and her can talk, and she doesn't totally hate you.
Right, but isn't it interesting? By her theory, this is like she's very similar to Grace's mother in this sense. According to both of their theories, I am a child molester, right? And I like abused my daughter, and yet they hate Grace and don't really have so much of a beef with me.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
that makes sense.
it's
right?
just is great, Grace. How do you feel about the whole Ruvalo thing? Are you like sad that like do you feel like they're kind of leaving you out, or do you just not care? I mean, you're gonna cover this whole thing. Is she there?
I mean, I don't really do IRL the way they're planning to do IRL.
You
so I wouldn't
seriously
wanna go.
you can't make up with Ruby? Is it just not possible?
I tried
like,
to
don't-
make up with Ruby.
You want to get off? Don't you want a female friend?
Sure, but I don't really think.
Do you
People
think
you meet on
Ruby
stream
is
are
capable
friends.
at this point, after the way she's behaved towards Grace, of being friendly? Like, do you? I'm just saying, do you think it's possible for her to, like, mend that, or fence or bridge or whatever? I don't think it's possible.
It's strange to me how like you guys can't get along with people in life. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying I get along with everybody perfectly, but I feel like for the most part I can get along with people. But it's strange to me how you guys have these like serious
That's true.
problems.
But you're like a kind of like pretty nice guy, and so your personality is like much more tolerant. But if you say like if you say like, okay, so there's something that happened, there's a bad relationship, do you automatically think, well, that has to be
You
like,
just I don't know, Ben, I feel like you just talk it out like adults, and then you like either move on or you get over it. I just don't. You just guys keep it going for so long now. It almost feels like when you guys get off stream, you're friends or something. But that's probably not the case.
we don't take it super seriously, but like, for example, the patience thing, right? So I could say to him, I'm super sorry for being mean to you, but that's just not true. I wasn't mean to him. He kind of like invited this thing. He should apologize to me and say, like, and he may do that. But, well, if you take Ruby, for example, I mean, she accused me of raping Grace based on nothing. So, because I said, like, maybe being celibate would be better for you. She actually agrees now that being celibate is like makes sense. She doesn't talk about how she wants to have kids at this point. So she actually agrees with me, but she never said, what helped me to see that was my
Guys,
conversation
why
with
don't
you that
you
I
just
fucking acted like a child about.
just say like Ruby, I'm sorry, I want to be friends again. Can we move past this and like meet up in person and get over all this argumentation? I don't want to be mean to you anymore. Like, what about that?
Okay.
Instead of just keep it going for months and months, and like it's gonna go for like years probably. Are you too dumb to say that?
There's a person in your life who took you to court and tried to get you thrown in jail, right?
Then you're really gonna go here?
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
Can you just explain to me why you guys can't say that?
Well, why can't you say that to her? Because literally the court has said you can't talk to her, right? So like, there's an answer in your side, and I know it's different with Ruby, like, but it's basically the same. She's like, any contact from you, I see as myself as a victim of. You can't really do anything there.
So you're telling me? I mean, you want to attack me personally? That's not very nice, Ben. But I'm asking you, like,
I'm literally giving an example, and I'm giving an example from your own life.
Okay, great.
How am I attacking you? I don't know any of the details of that case.
You will not admit.
Look, if anything,
Okay,
on that.
Ben, I gotta get him off, guys. I gotta kick him off. He just refuses to. He's just a mean person. I'm trying to have an honest conversation with him when I say, like, Ben, you could just do this with Ruby and get this over with. Okay, I'm gonna bring him back up. Ben.
Okay, wait. Now, okay, look. You say I'm attacking you by bringing up an example from your life that I am not. I'm not saying you deserved that treatment. I have not seen you do any of that kind of behavior.
Okay, but don't focus on me, Ben. Focus on you and like why you cannot just say this to Ruby. Explain to me why you, Ben. Can you say it to me right now on live? Say, Ruby, I'm sorry for what I've said. I'm sorry for some of the things I've said. How about that? That's where we start.
I did say that to her, but I'll say it. I am sorry for some of the things I've said, and Grace is sorry for some of the things she said. Sure.
And you won't be mean to her and be disrespectful to her anymore.
Well, but her definition of not being mean to her means like just 100%. Like
you really can't just say I won't be mean and disrespectful to her anymore. You actually can't say that?
I've never been mean to her. I think Grace maybe has.
You guys you don't care. I mean, you don't care if Ruby hates you. No, you don't care about her.
Hold on a minute. You think that men should be like super respectful of women? No, you don't.
Man, I don't know if I want to talk to you without a shirt on and everything else here too. Go put a shirt on.
Put a shirt on then.
You put a shirt on. You do. You.
Well, you said I don't want to talk to you.
Sir, turn your cam off. Turn your cam off. I don't want to see you on cam.
Here, how about that?
No, Ben, turn your cam off, dude.
There.
Click off video. Get Ben. I'm removing you, Ben. I cannot. Turn the video off, you fucking dog. Low IQ. You can't even say I won't be mean or disrespectful to you anymore. How fucking sad. How low is that, dude? So you want to keep being mean and disrespectful. All right, we'll bring him up. We'll bring Grace up.
Hello, Dalmatian.
What's up, Grace?
I don't understand what's so... Oh, lawnmowers. I don't understand what's so hard to understand about this. We generally feel like Ruby has been excessively slanderous and cruel towards us. Why would we apologize?
Okay, Grace. I don't want to see you on cam either. And I can't watch you on cam either. Take the cam off. Turn the cam off, guys. You guys are some sick people. Do you guys understand that it's what you guys have done is really pathetic in a lot of ways? All right, guys, I'm kicking you off. POV, you're gay. Yeah, they're fucking retarded. They got kicked. I kicked off the Thorps. They can't just be normal on the call. They can't ever admit they've done anything wrong. I think it's their own ego and their own, like, they just don't want to. That's why they don't make up with Ruby. They just do not want to. They don't care enough to. Or they would, right? Like, don't be a fucking pussy, bring them back. Yeah, no, I won't. IDT if Ruby and Grace should be friends, but I think Grace and Ava should be. Well, the Thorps are just, like, I don't even want to talk to them, actually. They're kind of gross to even talk to in a lot of ways. So it's like, they attack you personally, even if you don't attack them. You're like trying to like say like, guys, maybe Thorps, you should consider these things. They don't care. They don't want to have a real conversation with you. Like, even talking to them there was pretty difficult for me. Which, it never used to be difficult to talk to them, but that was pretty difficult. Like, Level, like, almost on King TL level of annoyance. Incapability of admitting fault is something? Yeah. Well, no, they don't want to. They just don't want to. I understand it. But yep. Well, we'll see how it goes for the Thorps. They fought with Jeremy this morning, which was whatever content. And they're like gross hobos, so. But it's strange to me how much Grace is like obsessed with Ruby, Ava, and Lo. So she's like telling me, like, she wants to use me, like, to go in as an inside man. Like, Grace is almost obsessed with them at this point. Or she wouldn't be like talking about it or covering them constantly. I honestly, it's hard to tell if Grace is obsessed with Ruby or Ruby's obsessed with Grace. But they both need each other. What a strange relationship. Like, they don't. The Thorps don't even have $100. They can't even do $100 like buying new stuff stream. Ay. Crack's backstage. Let's bring him up.
Hey,
So-
how's it going, man?
How
Are you mad at me, dude? Like when you blocked me?
No.
2 nights?
What'd you think? Oh, Thorps are back.
Hmm.
You
I don't know. Crack, hold on a second. Hello?
Dalmatian, it's not stalking to have you as a friend on the inside because they invited you on the trip. That's not stalking.
Grace, I want you to tell me why. So you agree you just don't want to be friends with Ruby?
Theoretically, yes.
Theoretically, yes. I mean, things have happened. You can't exactly build a bridge like it never happened. I don't know what to say.
So you.
We're friendly.
wait,
We're
wait.
friendly.
Can you say you won't be mean or disrespectful to her anymore?
Wait, can I just give you
Can
just
you
let me give
say that or not? I mean,
Let me just give you a brief timeline, then you can react to it. Okay, a couple of days ago, I had a conversation with Grace, and I was like, I think maybe you're a little bit mean towards Ruby. You should maybe ease off. So we both went on her stream and apologized to her, right? Which was even covered by Mr. Deadman. He did a whole stream about it. And she was, fairly nice about it. But then yesterday, she does a stream with Patience, and she just repeats all the same crap as before. So I don't understand. We tried to build a bridge, and she destroyed it. And we had no part in that stream. She just did it on her own because her and Ava are nasty people. So this is like the thing that's like, you say, why are people obsessed with you? Like, what? You don't really understand relationships very well. If someone's obsessed with you, it might be that they're like, it's all on them. And if someone destroys a relationship with you, it might be that it's all on them.
well, I mean, guys, it's not like Ruby's just mad at you over nothing. I mean, this has been constantly.
Why couldn't it be that? Could
This
it
is-
be that?
I
This
forgot Dalmatian is a Ruby simp. I forgot.
No, I'm not.
Could
I'm
it
not
be
even.
that?
I'm not even simping. I'm just asking you guys, like, don't you just want to, like, you only live once, like, don't you just want to, like, be friends and, like, make friends with everybody and not, like, constantly have this, like, hatred? Like, maybe you guys, like, thrive off of, like, the fighting. You guys like to fight with people? Because
What are you
personally,
doing right now, Dalmatian?
we're
What are you
having.
doing right-
We're not really fighting though. We're having a conversation. I'm not saying like all the crazy stuff you guys say to each other. Like whatever the hell you guys
You
are always
just
on
said
about.
we were disgusting people when we left the stream.
Mhm.
You're just as negative as us, if not more. Stop the bullshit.
Grace, I want you to explain to me.
No.
Why-
Admit. You say, oh, you thrive off negativity. You're being extremely negative and confronting us.
I'm saying I don't like to. I don't like to
The
fight with
reason
people.
that this turned negative is because I brought up something that's true about your past, not to hurt your feelings, but to use it as an example. And you were like, "Oh, they attacked me." It's not true. I didn't attack you. There's no way you could read that as me attacking you.
Ben, I'm just asking you about
I was
Ruby.
just saying, I was using that as an illustration to say some things you really can't just fix, even though you'd want to. I'm sure you'd want to be friends with whoever it is that got you a
Okay, I have to bring Ben backstage. He is not listening, or he's not accepting what I have to say. He's very angry, it seems, and I don't blame. I mean, like, these are difficult questions of, like, don't you just want to, like, how do you guys as Thorps, like, can I say, you're already broke, you're already on welfare, and you want to spend all your energy fighting with this fucking chick online instead of just, like, being friends and being happy and, like, getting along. Okay, Grace, I'll bring you up. I don't want the cam on. Okay. But
Dalmatian, to answer your question, no, I don't want to just be friends with anybody, especially if they disrespect me. Like, I think that's a fairly normal thing to say.
You disrespected each other, right?
Let me.
Okay, yeah, and I apologize. She's never apologized.
Okay. Well, let's use, without getting into details of it, like the Spicoli thing, right? We're not particularly inclined to, even though I understand most of that was stupid, like, he needs to say, like, I'm really sorry for doing that. That was off, before we can interact with him. Isn't that reasonable? Like, what the fuck, dude? And you were here when it happened, right? Or you've been, like, sitting here talking with him about it. Why don't you say, hey, why don't you just, like, apologize to Spicoli or tell Spicoli that was fantastic so you guys could be buddies?
Ben, what are you even on
Well,
about?
I would like an answer.
Ben,
do you think we should just be...
Do you accept my fucking point? Don't make it about me, you stupid fuck. Do you have low IQ, or you do not have listening skills, or low IQ? One of the two. Do you understand what I'm saying about... Listen, moron. Do you agree that it takes a lot of... Listen. Do you agree it takes a lot of energy to fight with somebody? Do you think that's like a... Do you agree that that's like a difficult thing? Like, it takes energy?
But it gives you energy as well. I just think we have different personality types. I think what's called a sanguine, who like is generally not as comfortable with conflict and wants to get along with people. You're a sanguine person.
No, I don't.
I'm not.
So you don't want to get along with Ruby?
Oh no, I do, of course, but not at all costs. I think that's the question. That's the difference here. Of course, we would love to be friends with everyone, but do we want to be friends, like, with people when their demand to be friends is for us to lie? No.
Yeah, I think that's fairly simple.
You may have a different, like, analysis of that.
Yeah, you might say,
can I ask one more question? Just one more. So how much energy...
I want to stop this. Give me this. Hold on a minute.
I just, no offense, but I want to take Rini here. Rini, we're not being mean to Ruby. Give me a fucking break. Rini, you're going to start getting banned. I'm going to tell you this, young lady. If you don't kind of, like, start saying stuff that's true. Okay, Ben loves for the drama. It fuels him. Okay, somewhat true. All right, so I'll forgive you for that. But, like, come on, sister. You're not stupid. Well, how would you feel about someone who treated you like Ruby treats Grace?
Hang on. The only thing, can I add something to that, the Dalmatian, before you talk? Is just that I do think on a certain level, what were you saying yesterday? Like, Ruby sees me as a force of nature. She doesn't really see me as a person.
Yeah.
And she is kind of mentally out there. So the fact that she is crazy, I would say, like, it's hard for me. Sometimes I care, sometimes I don't care, but I do think she's just kind of, like, off mentally. So us pointing out her flaws is more damaging to her than her about us. Well, would you say that's true? More hurtful.
Oh, who?
Ruby. She's more like not more sensitive, but like she's off. So she can't really
But, like,
handle criticism.
well, like there's so much like competition and like you guys are trying to bring each other down, I feel. And I just, for me, that's not something, that's
Yeah,
not a
and
kind of,
I think that competition is stupid because Ruby is, somebody with obvious problems. You could say I have problems, but like I haven't dabbled into things that she's gone full into, like drug use and sex work. And that's just a certain I can't even understand how somebody could go so deep into those things like for years and years. There's obviously something really unhealthy about somebody who does that. Really low self-esteem, insecure. So it's an uneven battle in a certain way. I would say, like, if people say like you're picking on Ruby, she is sort of easy pickings. I guess I would say that.
But she also brings it on herself.
She brings it on herself. I agree. She says crazy shit, but nobody really takes her seriously.
okay.
What do you think about that, Dalmatian?
I mean, you're basically saying that it's like, it's easy to do what with Ruby? Like, make fun of her?
It's easy to make fun of her and get her to freak out, and
She's not mentally put together. That's what you're saying?
There's some validity to people saying like pick on someone your own size. Like clearly, me and my dad, whatever problems people might say we have, like we're not as mentally ill as her. Like we're not going around to different drug clinics, like dumping our coffees and yelling at the employees. Like we would never do that. She's just on a different level of, I would say insanity.
So shouldn't you guys be nice to her based on that?
I don't think you necessarily have to be nice to somebody who's behaving poorly, even if they're mentally ill. But I do think just picking on her, I guess I would say like in the past I've said like, no, it's not picking on her. Like she attacks me, I attack her. But like once you realize like, no, she's a degraded human being who is very low self-esteem. It does become more like picking on somebody. I don't know. What do you guys think? What does chat think? And I get how you could say, oh, well, this is all just an elaborate way to put her down by saying I'm not going to put her down anymore because she's mentally ill. But, like, it is kind of true.
No, so Dalmatian, you did see our thing with Patience, right, yesterday? Didn't you review it or snipe it or something?
I saw a short bit of it. What did Ruby do with that, Ben? Tell me what Ruby did with it. She covered it?
Yeah, she covered it, yeah. And she said to Patience, of course, like, oh, you were so wronged. You're a victim. Oh, we told you so. Forced him to apologize and be obedient for saying, like, I think maybe you guys are a little bit irrationally hostile to the Thorps. And so, but my point is, are you really saying, like, you're okay? Grace says you're a Ruby simp, which just means you're a fan. I'm a simp of a lot of people, including Ruby as a creator. But do you think like sitting there going like positivity, and then throwing anyone out of your chat who is saying something a little bit critical? Do you think that's really how life should be?
I don't throw anybody out of the
Here's
chat,
something
really.
for you to think about. You are an F-slur loser. Think about that. Really think about that. You suck so much. And the reason you suck so much is because you actually have a lot of insights and are really funny, but like something is deeply wrong with you. And I guarantee it has to do with your relationship with your father. And you could sit there in your little fucking basement in Washington and say, that's not true, but it is. Call your father, work it out, apologize for being an F-slur of a son, and then come back to chat and apologize to me too, you fuck face. Okay, go ahead.
Well, Ben, you're free to do whatever you want, and if you want to keep on arguing online with Ruby, you're free to do it. It's just Ben, I don't know. Maybe it makes you guys
You
feel
know, in many
alive.
ways, you're like a middle child, right? And like middle child syndrome is like you're just like, Mom and Dad, why can't you get along, right? And it's like, yeah, sometimes the middle child is right, and sometimes the middle child is wrong, and Mom and Dad are going to have to like separate. Grace and I were watching a video yesterday about this guy. You can look it up online. It's really interesting. He was an NFL player who married this woman who, like, I don't know, she was like took second place in the Georgia like pumpkin festival or something. They called her a pageant queen.
Yeah.
Anyways, he, after being in the NFL, was like VP of like a big insurance company, had tons of money.
Yeah.
She was home. They had 3 beautiful kids.
Live in a mansion.
At a certain point, and they had a
Private jet.
home in the Bahamas, and they had access to a private jet. Or they actually owned a private jet, or half of it. On one of the trips to the Bahamas, like things weren't going well. On one of the trips to the Bahamas, she started banging this Bahamian good time Charlie guy. And he's like, obviously saying like, okay, that's not cool. And we got to get a divorce. She eventually agreed to it, kept flying down there and banging this guy on his dime. Right. And, you know, so this guy's ultra cucked, right in front of his face. And at one point he was going to take a trip with the kids. And she's like, she like took their suitcases out of his car and called the cops and said that he had moved her out of the way. And they're like, you know, kind of get this guy thrown in jail. Okay. And eventually the only thing that got him out of it was that people found out that like she and this guy in the Bahamas were actually made a plot to murder him.
Yeah.
Okay. My point is what, Grace?
Sometimes when mommy and daddy are fighting, it
Yeah.
really is separate.
Yeah, right, exactly. And you could say, why? And I actually literally sat there and said, like, why can't these two people, they've got 3 beautiful kids that I'm sure they both love, although the mom is just too crazy to be around anyone if you're doing that shit. You know, why couldn't they work it out? They're both wealthy, or they're wealthy, good-looking people with 3 kids who need them, 3 little kids who would benefit from having 2 healthy parents. But I'm sorry, Daddy's got to kick that bitch to the curb and take custody of his kids if he can and get them the fuck away from this crazy. And she should go to fucking jail. And sorry, kids, mommy is a monster. And Daddy fucked up in getting married to her, you know? But, like, what more can you say? What are you going to do? Be like, hey, I think for the sake of the kids, we can get back together after you've plotted with other people my murder in my own home?
So you just think Ruby's gone too far to ever
Well,
repair
I
that
guess
relationship?
She'd be doing something like this, and she would just say that Jesus told her to do it. Yeah, exactly. And here's another thing. Rini is saying has been very good in chat about saying, yeah, I don't think that Grace should repair things with Ruby. Like, that one's too far gone. But she'll say, well, with Ava, I think it's repairable. Okay, but like even she would say, no, I don't think that's true. And Ruby, I mean, Rini is probably Courtney's #1 fan. And she's like, Courtney should come back to the internet, but I don't think that she thinks that me and Courtney should resume or get remarried or something. Although she's
She's a big Brittany fan.
Yeah.
She thinks it'll come
I
out.
wonder if that has to do with her projecting something in her own life, Rini. Maybe mom and dad don't get along so well.
No, Rini, no.
Now think about those 3 kids. Think about those 3 kids. 3 blonde-haired, beautiful kids, both parents very attractive. They want nothing more than their parents to get back together. But, like, that dad would be crazy to do that. Right?
Yeah, you're just saying what? Like Ruby's gone too far to ever get be involved with her at all. But you're still fighting with her.
Yeah, we're not. No. Here, no. I would say with Ruby, and she agrees with this. Like, yeah, having an online, and this is what Rini said too. Like being kind of like frenemies on the internet is good for both of us. But probably like a collab would be crazy because if things don't go her way and the conversation isn't such that she likes it, she calls the cops. And you can't really undo that once you've done that. And she's threatened to like violently attack us. So that's kind of off the table. I don't want to be around someone like that. Would she really? I don't know, but like that's close enough to say like, nah, not gonna do that.
But you'll still fight. You'll just still fight online.
No, I think we're gonna move away from the Ruby thing. I mean, Ruvalo Khan will be funny, but Ruby's just a cuckoo cluck. The real meat is Ava and Lo. And the thing about Ava that I've realized.
No, can I say one other thing?
Yeah.
Like the thing with the patience thing of him completely like falling into Ruby's arms and saying like, yeah, I'm a victim. You were right. We're all victims is actually great because we invested a lot in the patience thing when we were in LA. We spent a lot of time with that guy. And so as streamers, we kind of want to like make our investment pay off. And I think if he didn't have this like what they all called a women's support group, to like soothe him and make him feel validated on the internet, I think his career would be over after me smacking him down like that. I think he would say like, I'm never going to do that again. So I'm glad he's back on. And I wouldn't say the bridge is burned with him because in many ways I think he got over his head.
So did he just go on Ruby's thing? Like
she was, I would have in a certain sense paid her money to do what she did with him to keep him online, working through this thing because I think, it's good publicity as a streamer, as just a cold-blooded like streamer. I'm saying like patience, even saying like, oh, they were mean to me, is a win for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think without her, he would have had, kind of the balls to like come back on.
Yeah.
So, Ben, can I ask? I'm a little bit confused about. So, when he went on with Ruby, did they just like talk badly about you? Did they just like insult you or say you were dumb?
Yeah,
or...
yeah. Usual stuff, they're sadists. They were going to turn on you. It's a matter of time. We told you, blah, blah, blah.
We're wonderful people.
So, just basically like she tried to make Patience turn against you guys?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They saw her and Ava were delighted because in many ways Patience is like new to it, right? So like him turning and saying like, yeah, the Thorps are evil people, satanic, blah, 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 is very validating for them. And they think like getting validated on the internet is like real validation.
Yeah.
So they do our bidding for free. I mean, like, I would have paid someone to like work this guy to get like mommied back into saying like, oh, okay, maybe I will come back on and continue interacting in whatever way. So Rainey says, I don't think Patience thinks you two are evil. No, I don't think he does either. And that's the interesting part. But he did like go there and say those things because his ego was hurt, because I called him out for all of his colossal pile of shit that he calls his life, which I would like for you to recognize, Rini, publicly here, that it is true and that you were right about, that there's a lot of crap that he tries to play off as religious. Like, for example, do you think, I would ask this question, do you think this guy has ever done his little tiny 5-minute prayer to Allah without letting someone know that he's done it either before or after? I don't think that happened once. That is not prayer. That is like literal Pharisaism.
Dalmatian.
Hey, yeah, hi, Grace. Grace, can you please answer about the chess thing? Okay.
What was the question?
What was that? I mean, why did you play chess like how me and your brother did with Adam? Like,
because
is it just
Joey
a
wanted
random
to play
thing?
chess?
It was the only game that you could get going.
Yeah,
tried
we
to
couldn't
like
get
6
Steam
of them.
Okay,
going.
he suggested chess.
Huh?
Joe suggested chess.
Yes, Joey suggested chess.
Oh, I didn't know
Because he had
played-
had a good time playing it with you.
Yeah, and he remembered you.
Hmm.
So you should take
Okay.
that as a pat on the back, not an insult.
Yeah,
From Joey, not from us.
yeah.
Okay, well that's nice. That's pretty cool.
You made it a fun experience for him, even though you crushed him every time.
Yeah.
But you were nice.
Well,
Yeah.
It's good that it's just very weird, Grace, but it's fine. It's good that you guys had a nice time.
Well, don't you think of all video games out there, like chess is actually probably the best for a young man to play. It's like actually requires some thinking.
Strategic.
Yeah.
It's good if you're broke. Yeah.
Also that, I guess.
I mean, a lot of people who are really successful in life play chess and attribute like chess to helping them think better and more strategically. No?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
It's literally what people refer to when they say either in business or in politics or in the military, people are like made a good move. They call it like a really good chess move or 4D chess.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, will you guys stream today?
What? You cut out.
I'm sorry. Will you guys stream today?
Yeah.
You guys
I
are
gotta
gonna
start
stream.
working on this storage unit. It's June 12th. I gotta be out of there by June 30th.
So are your brothers gonna be with you today?
No.
So you're just going by yourself?
I don't know if I'm gonna do that today, but we'll probably do a desktop stream.
Okay, you'll do a desktop stream today.
All right, respond to distinction here. I have Dalmatian respond to distinction.
Distinction says, nah, chess is a memorization game. It's what midwits think is smart. Oh, by the way, Patience, Lalo just sent a screenshot of Patience on Discord. He said, I just woke up from a dream that I was attacked by Ben Thorp at 1:35 a.m.
It wasn't a dream, nigga. It's called yesterday.
It wasn't a dream, it's a nightmare.
It was a reality. You
Mm.
got mogged. You got smacked down, you little bitch ass.
He's dreaming about you, Dad. This is not good.
I can dream about you if I can't hold you tonight. Well, why don't you respond to that about chess?
Yeah. Chess is a memorization game. It's what midwits think is smart. Your response, Dalmatian.
I don't know. I don't totally agree, but I don't totally disagree either. To some extent, he's right. I mean, there's a memorization element to it, but
In order to win chess by memorization, you would have to memorize hundreds of thousands of potential strategies. Right?
yeah, I'm sure the best players have a ton of stuff memorized.
Sure, but there still is an element.
An unbelievable, probably an incomprehensible amount of stuff memorized. But yeah, there is a natural kind of in the moment element that's required as well.
Right. That differentiates. The best chess players are not the ones who have necessarily memorized the most. If you go on just on memorizing strategies, you're going to get yourself put in a situation by someone who will recognize that you're doing a memorized strategy and then will throw you a curveball and you won't respond to it properly because It's not in your playbook unless you're Big Blue. If you're Big Blue, then okay, you've got all of the memorization done. But no human being can contain in their brain what Big Blue has memorized, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think chess is a very good reflector, like good. It showcases like I mean, you can tell all the GMs are like very autistically high IQ sort of people. So I think that is a good kind of indicator of intelligence to some degree. But then again, it's not perfect, and
True. Okay.
you kind of have to have like like I don't even know, like an autistic.
I want to take like distinction again. Here, DD, you can like join me here, but I get you're saying like I'm conciliatory towards distinction. Listen to this F slur. Ben literally has no idea how high level chess works. Okay, well, if you do have an idea, that means you've spent a lot of time playing chess, but you just said chess is for losers. So you've just labeled yourself a loser. And that, what I did right there, is similar to a chess move rhetorically. Checkmate, F slur.
Well, high level chess is how it works. It's probably extremely difficult, nerve wracking. It's very difficult, I would say.
No. I understand how high level chess works, and it's not because I've spent thousands of hours doing it and then being disappointed that I realized that it sucks and it didn't get me laid like distinction. So I didn't have to go meet up with a girl who's too young to drink and bring her 2 6-packs of beer like an F slur and not even get anything from it, not even a hug, but be seen as kind of a pervy weirdo. Okay? That was sexual chess, and you got ganked. Your king had to resign without even getting a pawn on the fucking board. And yeah, so you didn't learn from chess, and you thought you're a victim of chess, and you want to tell the whole world that you're a victim of chess. That's why you got ganked. I haven't played much chess in my life, but I do understand high level chess is about larger strategies, not thinking one move at a time. And there are classic strategies and there are classic counter strategies, and probably every basic strategy has been like mapped out and considered at this point. Okay, but still, for people who aren't there yet, it is really good to form their minds. Okay. Oh, what is he even saying? I'm saying that you met up with Grace because you were horny when she was 20 years old, too young to drink, on the top of a mountain, and brought 2 6-packs of beer for a 20-year-old to drink. And she thought you were a creepy, fucking, sad, old loser. Does that ring any bells?
I didn't think he was creepy, to be fair.
Well, did your pussy get wet from that behavior?
No.
No, it didn't.
Guys, can I say I've actually
No, hey, let me ask you this, D-Dog. How old is this guy? Like 40 or so?
30.
Okay, so he's 30 years old, and he goes and buys 2 6-packs of beer in Seattle. What was the beer?
We were with Ava, too.
Okay, we were with Ava, too, so maybe, yeah, he would have taken some low-level pussy, too. Okay, so some whore pussy, like anything, right? Distinction? You're so distinguished. How much money did you spend on? What kind of beer did he get you? That'd be interesting. Let's see what kind of chess he was playing. Let's go into it.
I don't remember.
Was it good beer or was it shitty
like
beer?
Hipster beer.
It was hipster beer. So he paid probably for each 6-pack.
I think. Yeah.
Probably paid $9. So he spent $18 to get 2 girls drunk. Now, how much of the beer did you drink?
I had 1 beer.
You had 1 beer, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say, "Hey, man, we're in the outdoors. I got free beer from this guy"? Why did you only have 1? Why didn't the chess work? Well, how many did he have?
None.
He had no beer.
Yeah.
Oopsie. That's a mistake. What does it look like when you bring a 12-pack of beer to two girls you barely know out in the woods, right? And what was sort of going on in their mind if you weren't drinking, but there's 12 beers for two girls, both of whom were, one of whom maybe barely was legal to drink and the other not?
Ava was 21, I think.
21. Okay. It looks predatory, dude. It looks predatory, right? You brought 12 beers up to the top of a mountain, right? You went to the liquor store. You bought 12 hipster beers because you're a cheap fucker and you thought, like, maybe I'll get some. Maybe I'll get a hand job. Finally, right? And it looks like you're trying to get two girls who are way younger than you drunk out in the woods. Either they're going to let their hair down or something like that. Maybe you'll get some play. And you walked back to your sad little car with how many beers?
He actually gave us the beers.
Oh, he even gave you the beers to avoid the sadness of having a 6-pack in each hand, mostly filled with beers, just like a metaphor for your failure as a man and as a potential mate.
Actually, I was at Ava's place and she couldn't bring beers into the house, so we just had to throw them out.
And it's so sad, yeah. Your meager little attempt ended up in the dumpster where it belongs. So sad.
Ben, speaking as somebody who can play chess at like a pretty decently high level, it's extremely difficult.
I agree.
Especially if you're going to play like even at the highest level, it's just very smart people that are.
Look at this guy.
Very knowledgeable.
Grace is defending me. She's laughing at you. You're taking more L's. She's just clarifying like that. Some of the L's were. I mean, every time she clarifies it to try to help you, it's just even more of an L. I drank one beer. I threw them out. You're not even able to see how you're getting mogged at every turn. And I don't even know that. I'm not even setting you up. I don't know the details of this, right? It was just a kind of side story.
Yeah.
This weirdo guy, like, thinks he's going to get some after you've been through what you've been through with Darius and Jeremy. And yet again, we've got another guy acting like, why didn't you just bring some sodas and some food? You know, why be a creep? Did you have some condoms too?
Maybe he thought
that's how you get arrested.
Oh man.
Do you guys understand that it's very difficult? And it's exhausting. You really have to have, if you want to play high level chess, you have to have funding. Legitimately, it's very hard to do without like funding and constant like.
Excuse me, wait, hold on. Distinction says 90% of what you said is what my dad said is patently false, and Grace knows it. You're not mogging anyone.
Not true at all.
Okay, wait. Tell me what's false. Tell me what's false. I'll be honest if it's true or not. I even said I didn't think you were creepy.
It's like chess is a lot like
it.
Can I say
creepy? Creepy is at least you're like negatively on the board of like sexual chess, right?
You're
so fucking sad and pathetic.
Can I say
like you didn't even get on the board?
You didn't get on the board. Okay, I'll read this in a second. But
I mean, yeah.
Chess at a high level is very. D-Dog, no one cares about your chess. It's like constantly having to solve math problems over and over and over and over and over again. It's like you have to solve like 20 to 40 difficult math problems over and over and over and over again. And if you even if you make one mistake on a single one, then you fail basically, and you have to suffer majorly. So it's a lot like math, I have to say, in a lot of ways. It's just it's consistent problem solving.
I'm going to respond to Alex Moore. Creep Rizz better than incest Rizz? It depends. I think either one can be it depends on the chick and her background, etc.
Ben, what do you think about this right
but
here? What do you think?
all
Can you
of
read
them are
this?
better than Distinction.
Ben,
Rizz,
read
which is
this. Read
called
this. Read this.
No
Read this.
Rizz.
No, Rizz, can you read
okay,
this?
Distinction says, I wasn't trying to fuck your daughter, bro. Sorry if that's hurtful to you.
And that's even more pathetic. That's even more pathetic. You don't have a woman. You never have. You're an incel. Why wouldn't you be open to that? And give me a break. If Ava and Grace had said, hey, dude, we want to like get with you up in this, like, what was it? A tower or something? Water tower. You would have said no. It would have been your biggest fucking fantasy, dude, because you're such a fucking loser.
He tried it again with Ava, like a year later. Still didn't get any ass. I don't think she had sex with him.
No one's had sex with him.
I mean, yeah.
All right, here. Wait. Distinction says, Ben, look at the pictures of me on your daughter's phone and tell me I'm an incel again.
You want me to show you
Again,
pictures?
it's even worse if you're good looking. It's even worse.
Well, I don't know about that. Hold on.
Ben, is this guy a Chad? Is this guy a Chad, or what's this guy's deal?
If
Have you
you're
seen
good
him?
looking and this is your Rizz, that's even worse. You got to agree with me on that, D-Dog.
Okay, wait, let me see.
Lalo's in chat.
Okay.
I mean, at least if you're going to do Watertower, I understand this. You're in this like Watertower, right? It's in the middle of nowhere. You got beers. At least take out a gun or something, right? At least that would be interesting for a loser like
All right,
you.
I'm showing you your picture. Thoughts?
Yeah, right. Okay, like, yeah, it's fine. He doesn't look like a gargoyle.
Yeah.
But that's even worse. Why are you alone and single in hanging out on the internet when you're in your 30s? I know you have a job that pays well, or you say you do. Or they've never seen any evidence that you know anything about audio engineering other than going like, I know about audio engineering. And that's not right how you do it. Why don't you help? Why haven't you ever helped us with audio? And if you want to say like, oh, look through your daughter's phone. I happen to have my daughter's phone for practical reasons. My phone died, and I happened to see her recent interactions with you because they popped up or something. And she was like, dude, I think this is going to be it for talking with you. And let me tell you something about Grace. She's the nicest girl in the world. And you got her to a point where she's like, dude, I think this is going to be over now. Which means you suck.
That is true. He was just being nasty, personally. And I was like, dude, I thought we were kind of friends, but it just got to a point where I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore.
Seriously. You don't have to show evidence of your job to losers on the internet. I believe you have a job.
It makes it even worse. That's my point. You've got a job that makes lots of money. You're a decent looking guy. So why are you such a fucking loser? You're not winning by saying, like, actually, in as many ways, I should be able to get laid. Well, but like, let's hear about it, because I ain't seeing nothing.
He is kind of funny though. The last thing he sent me before I blocked him was this stream with Rachel Wilson and the Church of the Eternal Logos. You know that?
Yeah.
And the title was "The Historical Simp: Examples of Men Falling to Lust with Rachel Wilson."
He's funny. He's
It is
smart.
funny.
I'm not going to say that's not true. But don't go trashing my friend Dalmatian Dog about chess.
My problem with Distinction is that he got so like F slurry and just started like acting like Ava and Ruby, and I was like, seriously, dude, like that's just I don't know. It's just like I don't want to be friends with somebody who says that kind of, especially because you're a man. Like I thought you were like.
Plus, dude, I'm talking about my son, who is, how old is he? 12? 13?
13.
He's 13 years old. Like, whatever you might want to say about high-level chess. A 13-year-old who largely plays, like, stupid video games, learning how to play chess, and socially interacting with men who are like 20 years older or 10 or 15 years older than him is objectively a good thing. We don't need you poo-pooing it because at the very highest levels, maybe there are some limitations to how much it can get you. And that's my point to you about your sexual chess. It sucks. Some people learn lessons from chess, and maybe at a certain point they move on from chess. You didn't gain those lessons, and you see yourself as a victim of chess. Suffer.
Distinction was the real chess victim.
Why can't you say, why do you have to be negative about chess? Like, who needs that? Who needs that in life? Chess has limitations. So does everything. Oh, chess is, if you make chess into a religion, it doesn't fulfill all of your needs. Oh, what a great insight. Let's do some other things like that. Money has limitations. Well, you'd know about this. Having a good job has limitations. Being funny has limitations. If you don't round yourself out as a personality, right? Yes. It's not my fault or Grace's fault or Chess's fault that you have terrible relationships with females or non-existent ones.
I did set up TTS. How did this even start? Distinction
What's your rating, Distinction?
What's
What's your rating, dude? This is so autistic, guys.
You could play him sometime on your stream.
What's his rating?
Well, you played with Joey and enjoyed it. So let's just say, I'm sure it would be more challenging than that.
You know what? You should send out a link to a chess.com game right now and settle this here and now.
Yeah.
Have Distinction, click it. It was a genuine mistake.
He could beat me. I'm not that good, man.
But isn't it
settle
true,
this here and now?
Isn't it true that isn't it? I mean, I don't know that much about chess, but I know, like, in tennis, it's always ups your game to play with a player who's better than you, right?
I hover around 1200. Okay.
If you're a person who
Distinction.
plays chess, like,
can I just say about
people who are much worse at chess than you, you're kind of a loser. Okay, so there you go.
He's like around 1200. Okay. Yeah.
So actually, that's ideal.
I'm a floating like probably like 200-300 points. I'd like to believe above 2K. So, and maybe even higher than that. I mean, at some levels, it gets like hard to distinguish. Truthfully, how good your rating is. It really depends on what time constraint you're playing. For me, especially, like I'm not that fast, so my rating tends to go up the slower time I've noticed. But I'm not really good at blitz, so. But yes, I'm above two. I'm above like two grand. I play like FMs. I played an FM literally the other day who crushed me, and he was like,
you're way better than him then.
He was like 2250. The FM I played, and I played all sorts of like title players throughout my life. But no, dude, 1200. He's like new, dude.
Mr. Stinky Brew in chat. Mr. Stinky Brew, I think, has gotten short shrift. I think he's one of the absolute best if you want to say orbiters, whatever word term he prefers using, and is absolutely a fantastic personality. Yeah. Can we get Mr. Stinky Brew up here?
Can we? In it.
I believe that he lives in the world of Wallace and Gromit, and I do think he blips onto the internet, somehow has found a portal between being a character in the Wallace and Gromit sphere onto the Thorposphere. I don't know how. There's like a wormhole or something that happened, but I absolutely love Wallace and Gromit. I love the characters, and I really want to continue like making this wormhole so that more characters can come straight from Wallace and Gromit to the Thorposphere.
I hear this song every time Stinky Brew is on stream. Wait up.
I do love cheese, he said.
In it. I was at the pub the other day, and this bloke comes up to me, right? Stinky, you've got to become a more regular panel guest.
And don't change a thing. And
Yeah.
for God's sakes, don't go get your tooth fixed. It's so perfect. And keep doing what you're doing with your hair. Don't change a thing. I love it. So great.
Good on you, bruv. Listen, Adam, my dad, right? He was a world-famous Scottish boxer. Me, not so much. And I've had a hard time coming to terms with that. But I've realised he's got his own thing. I've got my own thing.
There is something about that pub culture that can keep a conversation going. Good-natured. Rarely gets like super personal unless it's about his daughter, which I totally understand. That should be not on the table. But just it's a real winner. And he should be making Lol Cow Rejects because he's a good-natured guy. You're a good-natured guy. The problem with Lol Cow Rejects in its first 2 iterations is you had people who were essentially hostile and oriented towards.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, hi. How you doing? Hey, I know there's community parking along here, but this guy runs a big inn on the 2nd floor.
Uh-huh.
And the van looks kind of funny sitting here for a couple of days. So maybe Saturday, Sunday, you can have just put it.
You got to get out of here, guy. You got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. This is okay. Thank you.
Yeah, get the hell out of here, brother. You should have started acting crazy, man.
You don't come into someone's RV and just start having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is he, like another
That was
camper?
weird. We're parked on a public street. He has no right to do that.
I don't know where you guys are at. Thorps. Your best friend Dalmatian is here. What's going on? Did he go away?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
He just poked his head in and started talking. It was weird.
I mean that is social skills. Like, don't poke your head into someone's RV. You're gonna get shot doing that, dude.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, do you have a door open?
Yeah, but still, you can't go. You can't. I mean, you can go. Let's say someone has a house like that that's right on a street. You could sit on the street and like try to like wave to kids in the window, but you can't.
All right. Well, Thorps, I don't know. We've talked for a while, and you guys have
You can
gone
call
to
the cops
Jeremy.
if you want to, but you can't just directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got it, guys. We've talked. You guys have talked to Jeremy. You guys have dealt with Jeremy.
I have no idea.
You've dealt with Distinction. You've dealt with Radio Foreman. Who else? Who was next? And Grace is gonna go marry War Chief and get.
Yeah. We're gonna
Grace,
head inside, Dalmatian. Thanks for talking to us, buddy.
Don't
Nice
just
talking to you.
leave. You're gonna leave.
Gotta go.
Okay. We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Goodbye. Guys, that's all we got. That's all we got. The Thorps brought a ton of viewers, and I want to end now. We've been going for 11 hours. Spicoli will jump up right now, probably. You guys want to listen to him? Dalmatian can't handle the real world of RV living. I would just close the door, dude. I'll see everybody on the Thorpe stream later tonight, guys. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. The stream is coming to an end. Everybody, I don't know how long the Thorpes till they're live. If they want to type in chat how long till they go live. But the Thorpes will be live today, guys. A little bit later on their channel, so hopefully. But okay, we're ending here. Goodbye, everybody. They probably won't. They will. They will. Goodbye, everybody.